Blast off.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're back. Episode 71. We have a lot to cover today. We got some news. We are going to talk about the passing of Eddie Van Halen. We're going to end the show with Halloweentown, the movie we talked about last week. We're going to watch it and see what we thought about it. Now, to let you guys know, if you're watching, the Halloween review won't be till later in the show. Nikolai will be a little late coming to the show with work. He's still coming, which is awesome. So props to him for still making that attempt. So we will prolong as long as we can with a Halloweentown talk till he gets here. But until then, we still have a lot to talk about when it comes to news, maybe some things that we're into, and I'm sure we'll riff and banter in between there as well. Before we get into that, make sure you guys check out the links below. Follow us over on all social media, Facebook. If you're watching on the like page, we do have a group page that you can go join and hang out with us. The group page has been doing very well. It's creeping up on 600 members now, which is great.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
You guys are interacting. You guys are posting things on there, which was absolutely fantastic. Super, super grateful for that. We're really glad to grow with you guys and have fun and learn more about what you're into. I know people are posting, what's your favorite horror movies? And asking really fun questions to each other, which is what it's all about.
That's awesome. Create that community, guys.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching now, please join us in the chat. Talk to us. Say hi to us. Ask some questions. Tell us what you think about things. And make sure you hit that share button if you're watching live and let people know that this podcast exists because the best way it grows is by word of mouth. We do have merchandise.
Yes.
We may have a new logo on the way. So if you guys are following us over from Truth Behind Illusion because you're a huge Tori fan.
Oh, Lord.
And she's now here, so she did the logo of the Scooby-Doo, where all the cast members are Scooby-Doo characters. Be on the lookout for more pop culture references, including us. So you're going to get cartoonified.
Yay!
And you, Nikolai, and I've been cartooned way more than I'd like to admit.
I've seen your mug all over the place.
I'm everywhere. I'm actually wearing one of our Truth Behind Illusion shirts
Jen.
right now. I'm wearing
cute.
I'm wearing my dog as a ghost.
Lady Ghost.
Thank you for the share, Jen. You're
Thanks,
the best.
Jen.
Thank you.
Number one fan right there.
She is. She's
across the board.
unbelievable. So I'm gonna blow her up a little bit here though. I'm gonna get on her. So she messaged me today and she goes, "So what did you think of Halloweentown?" I said, "You're gonna have to wait till 9 o'clock, Missy."
Oh, you're gonna have to
And
wait.
she's like, "Oh, I thought I was getting the exclusive."
No sneak previews. Nice try, though.
If it makes you feel better, I wouldn't even tell them in our group chat.
No. I can kind of sense based on his comments and gifts, but
You'd
I
be
did not
surprised.
hear. Oh, okay.
I think you'd be surprised.
All right.
The only
like
one in this
surprises.
room who knows what I thought of the movie is Tori because
I
we watched it
with
till like
him.
1. We recorded and then hung out and then watched the movie at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
All nighter.
yeah. So we stayed up pretty late and watched Halloweentown, and I think I would have not maybe liked it as much if somebody wasn't watching it with me, so we can banter. It made it more enjoyable.
Bantering does help.
It does.
Yes.
And then we talked about, I should go get it then when you guys are talking about the board game.
Oh, yes.
Actually, talk a little bit about maybe, I don't know, if you want to say your first news article that you want to talk about, let's do
Sure.
that.
Okay. Did you want to share
Yeah.
the Batman one first?
Yeah,
Because
let me
it's
do that one.
Surprising.
Yeah, let me
Little
pull that one
strange.
up. Yeah. Robert Pattinson, who is, expected is going to be playing the new Batman. I saw an article on Facebook talking about some of his statements that he made on being Batman. And so I looked up on digitalspy.com, which was where the actual article came from. And it says that Robert Pattinson admits that he enjoys the idea that he could mess up the Batman. He's enjoying the pressure that comes with playing such a well-known character. Speaking to Total Film Magazine, Pattinson even admitted that he's enjoying the idea that he can mess it up, a feeling that he remembers from shooting with Twilight. And it's the idea of he's knowing that so many people are going to be watching him, and I took it as he was just kind of being very self-aware of like the hate and the critics, and just being and just kind of just being like, you know what, people are going to hate it, so I can just mess it up however I want anyway. So
he takes a lot of hate. He's a good sport. I love him. I do.
I do too.
I don't
He's so
think
great.
like when we first talked about it, it was one of those things until you read it. I had a different I don't think it was so much like F these guys. I hope I mess it up. It's just like
No.
It's kind of like I don't crack under pressure, and when I'm told I'm going to do something bad, it normally turns out good. So I like his confidence.
I do too.
Because God love him, he was an Edward in Twilight, and like that was a complete meme on its own. God love him.
I know, poor guy. I love Twilight. I do, as you all know, because you've heard me.
Is
And
there
I'm gonna
anything?
love him as
Is there
Batman.
so I think the funny thing is Tori on Truth Behind Illusion believes everything, right? There's nothing she doesn't believe.
That's true.
Is there anything that you don't like when it comes to pop culture?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah, that
Because
is a
I'm
good
a really
question.
like positive, upbeat person.
You are, yeah.
I didn't like Sin City, so that
Really?
I didn't. I
Wow.
actually went in thinking I was going to absolutely love that movie, and I hated every minute of it. I did. I only liked Bruce Willis's feature, and that's because I love Bruce Willis. Probably.
Oh, I love Bruce Willis.
If I did not like him, I'd probably hate that too.
Wow.
I thought that movie, if I recall correctly, I don't be wrong. I didn't think it was super empowering to women. I think that was my issue with it. But I have not. I've only watched it once, and that was it. I was done with it. I was like super pissed. I hated it. I hated
Really?
every minute of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't like that. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I really tried watching Star Trek, the original Star Trek. Didn't really care for that.
The remakes are cool.
The remakes are good. I do enjoy the remakes. I don't know why. I think maybe because of the cast. The
Yeah.
cast really makes it enjoyable and is really engaging, where the original cast is not very engaging.
Yeah.
Very boring, actually. And it's not even the whole Star Wars Star Trek thing.
talks like this, and we're gonna go over there.
No, I hated it.
Andy was doing that last night on the stream.
That was so bad. I think the only other thing that comes to mind that I really didn't like was, so I loved, and I still love Xena and Hercules when it first came out in the 90s with Lucy Lawless and Kevin
love her.
Sorbo. Oh, I love her too. Her and Carrie Fisher. I love them
Yeah.
so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
So Kevin Sorbo left Hercules to do Andromeda, I believe. And I really tried that because it was Kevin Sorbo. I didn't like that either. That was
No.
horrible. And as a huge sci-fi fan, I was really surprised I didn't like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that wasn't that good.
So I have a little treat for you. I've already kind of.
Oh, all right.
I
I
put it
love
on-
surprises.
I put it on Tori last night. So,
Oh my
I
god.
love
so this is
surprises.
something.
What is this?
As I'm moving things.
I'm starting to learn how to play acoustic
Oh, dear
guitar
Lord.
this evening, and I already quit.
Is that Jen?
You're done. Aw.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm in the same boat as you, Jen. I was like, I'm gonna learn bass, and then I'm gonna learn acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But all of my friends are amazing musicians, so they're
Yeah.
trying to teach me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hang out with them, and I'll be a great guitarist in like a year and a half. I'll put the work in. I have a great work ethic, and then they're just like, all you do is this. And I was like, I quit.
Oh, thanks.
I quit.
Hey.
I'm not doing that. So there's a board game that I was obsessed with as a kid.
Uh-huh.
And we played it like 3 Halloweens ago. And it was actually gifted to me by a friend, Scott. And Scott was like, yo, man, if you want this board game, you could have it. I think it's fucking horrible. It's stupid. And I was like, I love
What
this
is-
board
what
game,
is it?
right? So this is called Nightmare.
Oh, wait, maybe I played it before.
Let me show it off. Nightmare, the video board game.
All right.
All right, so
Is it fun?
it is
I love board games.
fun.
I actually do.
I think
love
our
board
group.
games.
I think the group that we would get to play would have a blast with this.
Oh, is this coming to Gettysburg with us?
Yeah, we can because you can play with you can.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: this game needed a VCR to play because it's a video board game.
I can
So-
bring a VCR.
So you interact
There's not one.
with the tape
of what's going on.
And it's so deliciously 90s.
Yes.
Oh, I love the
it's super
90s.
90s.
Oh,
So
I do
do
love
I.
the
So
90s.
I'll show the board here. It's gonna be a glare, right? So the premise of this game is everyone writes down their nightmare on a card, and then
Oh.
you put your nightmares in the center, and then you have to earn keys around the board to then get up the path to then go to the nightmare board and win. But the entire time you're playing it, there's on the videotape a guy named the Gatekeeper.
Oh, spooky.
my god.
And he's very angry. And he treats you like shit the whole game.
90s style. 90s style shit.
It's so spooky. Brittany's already saying, yes, my gatekeeper. Yes. So when you are called upon,
Yes, gatekeeper,
by
yes.
you have to respond to him as yes, my gatekeeper.
Oh.
And if you don't,
What
and everyone in
happens?
else's room like you didn't say it, you get punished, and then you go to the black hole.
Ooh,
And then
and
you
you
don't
die.
you are not released from the black hole until he releases you.
I
But the-
release you from
It's like
the
jail
black
and
hole.
Monopoly.
It is. But the thing is
Oh.
he only releases you on the tape. So he may not come back for like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Right?
This is neat. I like
and it
this.
comes in a
So
nice,
fun.
comes in a velvet
Look
bag.
at that.
Ooh.
90s velour.
Now it comes with expansions where you can use the same board, but you're supposed to get different time cards. But I don't know if you
okay.
technically need them. I think you
I
can
think we
keep
should
playing
get
it.
them.
But you can all of the game's entire. You can go on eBay and people have taken the DVD and put it on the VHS and put it on DVD,
Oh, that's
so
neat.
you can still play it.
That sounds fun. I like that. I
Smells
like
like the 90s.
Let me
Um,
smell it.
beautiful
I want
smell.
to smell the 90s.
Smell like must.
Yeah.
A little
Must.
bit. Yeah. Do you want
Yeah.
to smell it?
Yes, I do. Give me this delicious
So
90s.
so the characters are
it
Baron
does.
Samade, Helene, Baron, and I think some of the characters become characters in other games. Good, and then each character has their own like bio too. I think one's like
Oh.
one's a zombie, one's a werewolf, one's something else. It tells you like a little bio of each character.
There's a bit of battery.
Yes, it's really really fun. But yeah, the Gatekeeper scares the shit out of you the entire game.
I love
and
it.
Then, and then you have 60 minutes to play the game. If
Oh, that's
you don't
it.
collect the keys, get to the end, and unlock the fear that's not yours, the Gatekeeper wins and you all lose.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But the entire time, you're like, once the game starts, everyone's rolling fast. Like, all right, roll, come on, stop fucking around. Like, it's a very fast-paced game because you're trying to beat the clock. But you'll be playing and you're about to roll, you'll be like, stop! And he'll come on the screen and scream at you, and he's like, who was about to roll the dice? Answer me. And then you're like, yes, my Gatekeeper. And he's like, you are maggot. And he's like, and then the one thing he does is, who's the old one? Yes, you. Old and about to die. He's like that. And then he's like, and who's the baby? Look at you, little baby. and he does this weird, creepy laugh.
That's so funny.
But as the game progresses, he keeps getting creepier and
I
scarier.
think he's
and
on the back of the box.
Let's
actually.
check him out. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
He looks
so
like
that's-
Tales of the Crypt or something.
Little
That's
bit.
him at like the last 3 minutes of the game. He turns into that thing.
He's
Oh, I
more
like
like
it.
humanistic in the beginning.
In the beginning, he's
Yeah,
a
I like
human.
him.
But so
What if we took this to Gettysburg? Like, I want to like see if we can like film it and then like that can post it on Not Cool in High
I
School.
think
for
we
people to watch
should.
it.
I think we should. I vote yes.
I'll bring
That'd
it.
be
I'll
so
bring it
fun.
with me. Yeah, that
I'll
could be-
bring a VHS player just in case.
Well, we could bring a tablet and play it on YouTube because you can.
Oh,
just
that's
you can go on
true.
YouTube
Yep.
and just hit play, and the whole
Yeah, 'cause
whole
that's what we
game
watched on
is,
last
is
night.
on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So as long as you have the board game, you don't even need the VHS. Someone put the whole game on YouTube. So
Oh,
this
God
nice.
bless that person.
This game was supposed to be like 6 expansions and then be a movie,
Oh, okay.
and it lasted 2 expansions, and then they made the third one, and then they were about to make 4, and they're like, "This isn't selling. We're done."
Oh, that's so sad because
Yeah.
it has a
Yeah.
really great premise.
Tell Emily we said hello.
Hello,
and
Emily.
we'll-
Hello.
I will try to watch my mouth, knowing there's kids watching.
I will also be bringing my Stranger Things Ouija board for interested parties. Yes.
I love that.
Did you watch the show last night?
No, I didn't get to
Did
yet.
you see the photo?
I did see the photo.
We have ghost hunting equipment.
I saw that.
We have a spirit box. We have
Ooh.
flashlights.
EMF
Because here's the thing. Like,
detector.
so what I want to do for Gettysburg and like when we go to places like Eastern State and all these different places is I'll give people cameras or people can just videotape with their phone and send me the recordings and then we can make like a video. Like we'll put everyone's different angles together and then like I mean it'll take me a while to do it, but I'll have to like go through everyone's film and see if I see anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds
so
great.
I think it'd be fun to put up there when we do the ghost trips. And you'll be joining us in 2 weeks.
The 26th. The last. Yeah, I think it's the 26th.
Yeah.
Right. The last Monday.
Yeah, you'll be
Yes.
joining us on Truth Behind Illusion. You get to
Mhm.
experience the show.
So excited.
And you get to have your own little cartoon. I'm so
I can't
excited.
wait. I can't wait.
Do you have an idea of a topic you want to do?
Not yet, but I would like to find something that is like Irish oriented. If we can find like an Irish creature that has not been covered yet, because I
absolutely.
am
it could
Irish.
Be, it could be ghost story. It could be anything.
Oh, okay.
It
Then
could be
I'm
a
gonna do.
murder. It could be a cult. It could be like literally anything.
Oh, then I will find something that is like really old. And
The only thing I would say just maybe not do is obviously the prison, because we'll be covering a lot of that. So if we're doing the prison and you're like, I picked the Jim Thorpe Molly McGuire's, it's like, well, we were just
Oh,
there.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you guys
Yeah.
are doing that.
That'll
yeah.
be this Saturday.
I know. I'm so excited for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, if you need a tech person, I'm there. Yeah, well, we have a tech person for Heidi's going to be kind of my tech person at Gettysburg, but we'll see with the other ones. We'll do it Eastern State, but we're not going to film at Eastern State Penitentiary. We're going there to experience it, and then we'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Same with Gettysburg. We're going to experience Gettysburg, maybe film a little bit, and then go back to the house when we're done and talk about it.
Okay.
So it's going to be really, really pumped. And actually, the episode with Gettysburg, where we go back to the house, you'll be joining us, as well as Andrew,
Yes.
Rish's brother,
Yes.
and I think that's it.
6 people, right?
Yeah.
On the podcast,
I mean,
yeah. 'Cause
Heidi will probably be at the table, but she probably won't talk much. And I don't think Rish wants to be on camera at all. She's
yeah,
not.
she said she
oh,
didn't.
God
want-
love her.
Yeah, she's not into it. She's like, nope, not doing that.
That's okay.
Which is fine. Yeah. Yeah. So we have a lot of really cool stuff coming out in that show. But yeah, that's really fun. The Nightmare board game. So if you're into like board games, which is kind of nerdy, and it's Halloween themed, there you go. If you could find the Nightmare game, get it. I would go eBay if you're gonna buy it, because
Probably.
Amazon, they're selling it for $300.
$300.
Ridiculous.
That is insane. That's like a ripoff.
It is.
I am so mad about that.
Yeah, so-
It's so frustrating.
I forget. You know what else I was
Thanks,
looking
Jeff
for on
Bezos.
there? Supernatural, because I love Supernatural. I forgot what I was looking for. I did find the Supernatural game I was looking for at the Supernatural convention, but they were selling that for $300 too.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
You put like a skin over Monopoly, and they're like, let's make more money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a ripoff.
Let me see what I have shocking. I have more gaming news. And kind of a little bit of a theory. So the new systems are coming out. I think Xbox said they're going to do another wave of pre-orders next week. So the big thing is I think what they're trying to say now is some people are getting upset with PlayStation again.
They are.
Yeah.
They're furious.
Because not so much the pre-orders and stuff, is that PlayStation's didn't send any systems out to media people.
right.
So a lot of the media people are like, yo, Xbox has sent us all these systems so we can review them. Now, the only problem is you can't review next gen games on it yet. It's not there. But they're showing you what the system can do as of right now. They're showing you how it runs, if it's quiet, all that fun stuff. But it's also showing you what it does backwards compatibility wise. And I think now that Xbox has sent that to people to kind of just showcase the backwards compatibility of the system, how you can put a game into the system, it's showing more of what the system's capable of doing. So they did a side-by-side of certain games. So someone put the Xbox Series X, which was the most powerful console until of the last generation. It was stronger than the PS4 Pro. It ran better than the PS4 Pro. So they put the games on that, which was like the benchmark, versus the new system, right? They uploaded Monster Hunt, and then Digital Foundry did it too. And Digital Foundry is like, they're not biased. They literally they tear it apart and find out exactly what makes everything work and tick. And they were taking the games and seeing how they run, like frame rate rise and everything on the other systems. And like the old Xbox Series X was like, the echelon was like this with frame rates. Up and down, up and down, up and down, just to kind of keep the new system just flat across the board. Bang.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and then load times are insane.
That's even better.
Insane. So with the load times is someone uploaded Monster Hunter, and to get to the front screen to the screen where you even hit play on the old system took like 2 minutes. Now it doesn't sound like a long time, 2 minutes. But
No.
when you're watching the new system and it's done in 6 seconds, and then
It's
you
even
hit
better.
the play button and you're waiting another minute to the map to load in, and then the new system you're there in 20 seconds.
That's not bad at all.
People they said the only negative they have to talk about the Xbox when it comes to the new load times and everything like that is the fact they have to give these systems back and play their old systems for the next couple weeks before they're released, because they said it's like once you've experienced that, going backwards is pointless. They said you're completely spoiled. They said it would be like if you went back and play. Like, you went back to your from iPhone to like your iPhone 3. And
Yeah, I
remember,
would not
when,
like that.
You know when your phone just starts getting to the point where it's like so bogged down because all the
Mhm.
apps are too strong for your phone and all that stuff, and it requires more. Like they said, that's what it's like going back to an old phone. They said like
Huh.
we cannot wait for the new system because we've been spoiled. That was like one of the only negatives I've heard so far.
That's
Um,
bad.
Yeah, and then I guess a lot of people just are frustrated because they're like, we really don't know what we're getting with PlayStation. We don't know if what we're getting backwards compatibility, what we can do backwards. Are you gonna make us? Are you gonna charge us? Because it's looking like, I mean, we did a remaster of Spider-Man where they just reskinned Peter Parker.
I saw that. Yeah, we
and
talked about
and they're
that.
charging you for the game.
Mhm.
But like Xbox is like, no, man, you know you own the game, just put it in your system. We'll do the work and upconvert it, and it's your game.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And like they're adding games that didn't even have HDR and ray tracing and just being like, oh, that we have a system in place that will figure out what to put where and just add it to your game for free.
So easy.
So you're getting remasters without even asking for it.
Mhm.
So I guess like one of the Xbox tweet teams from like UK or London or something, they said below is the step-by-step thread of what to do for backwards compatibility on the brand new Xbox Series game systems. And it was a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio like smiling.
Oh, that like.
and it said, just insert the game.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I love that meme.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
But everyone's like, well, yo, they're showing us all this. Like, why are you holding in for? Like, if they come out right now and say, listen, like, if you want to play your backwards games, you have to buy them again, or you have to buy that stream service, that PlayStation Now Plus, where we'll give you $100, but you have to pay for it monthly.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't take your old game and pop it in and play it. That would be a huge error on play.
I agree.
Huge, like.
And I'm pro PlayStation,
Yeah.
as you know.
It would be tough, man.
I'd be
I'm
pissed.
pro consumer. You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
like, I
know
like,
you are.
Like I want to buy both systems, but
Mhm.
the fact that they're not telling me anything, and it's really hard once you've experienced Game Pass. And I'm looking at like, okay, Xbox is going to give me 22 exclusives, let's say, in the next 3 or 4 years, and PlayStation is probably going to give me 15 to 20 as well. But I got to pay $70 for every single exclusive through PlayStation,
That's so expensive.
and
so much
Xbox is
money.
giving me them all for free.
Mhm.
How is this a competition anymore?
Yeah.
It's really not.
Like,
Even though I like PlayStation
you know what I
better,
mean?
it's
It's just
not.
like-
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't see how
odd.
PlayStation's just like. I mean, maybe they financially can't, but it's just like once you give your customer base that, it's like how do you go back? It's like saying like Netflix. When Netflix is like, yo, here's all you can watch all these movies.
Mhm.
That's shut businesses down because
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't compete. Like
Yeah.
how do you compete with that? And it seems like if you don't evolve, you fall behind.
Mhm.
And I just don't see so far this cycle console. Like I don't see PlayStation. Like they're just kind of banking on the games they have.
I think so.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if they're going to be enough. I don't.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Because they're not really releasing enough information, and they should release more
Yeah.
so people can make an informed decision at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm going to do, probably, as somebody who usually plays PlayStation, is buy all the games I can on PlayStation 4, play them on there until I cannot play them anymore, and then I would switch over to a PlayStation 5 and then see what I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my current plan is, and then we'll see if that changes. It may change. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that pisses me off too. They're turning around telling people that we're not going to do that. Like they knew that going. I mean, I don't want to beat
Yeah.
that horse. We talked about it last week.
Yeah,
where
we
they,
did.
Where they were like, they knew they were going to put games on their system, but then turn
Mhm.
around and said, "We're not doing that." And Xbox is ruining the gaming world for doing that. But they knew they were going to do that, but just didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
being
the gaming media kind of gave them a pass for being shady.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of fucking bullshit to me. Like, oops, sorry if kids are watching, but it's kind of it's nonsense. It's like, how do you? I don't know. It just annoys me.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not rushing out for a PlayStation right away. Like,
I'm
really,
not either.
I want to play Spider-Man, but even when I didn't play Spider-Man, I still haven't played any of these games. But I got Spider-Man, God of War, like all their major exclusives towards the end of the run, and I got them all like $6 a piece. Andy found them at Best Buy one Black Friday.
Yes, yes, he
and
does.
and I was like, hey, I got a system. I'll get a system used. I'll wait till some idiot selling it on Facebook Marketplace and I'll buy it. And then when the games are not popular anymore, I'll wait for a deal or I'll get them all on Black Friday deal
hmm
and just call it a day.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, because I can't justify paying you $60 for a game. Like to me, a $60 game obviously has a great story and everything, but a lot of PlayStation games for me are one and done. Once you beat them, I'm done with them. I'm not going to go back and play the whole story over again. That's just not my thing. Like, but because I'm conditioned to Halo, Gears of War, and stuff like that, where I beat the story, and if I play the story again, I play with a friend because then both of us are co-op working the story together. Or then I jump on the online aspect of this game and we play a whole first-person shooter or a third-person shooter in the world of that game, and that lasts for the next 4 years. So it's like that's more of a $60 value to me.
Yes.
And now they're giving them that for free anyway. And then a game I play like The Last of Us, and it's a great game. It's beautiful. It's got a great story. But once I beat it, I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't really replay my games either. But I get like the really long like RPGs with the story and the, like the cinematic stuff, which I know that's not your thing, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the way it looks, but like, I feel like with those cinematic games where you have to you work your ass off to get to a boss, and then it's just like press circle, press X, and you're watching a video. It's like, no, man, like
that's what I do.
I want to play a game. Like, I don't know.
I like the stories.
Yeah, me too. But I just when you get to those big parts and it's just like, oh, you're gonna button prompt your way through a boss fight. It's just like bummer. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then some retailers are leaking online that PlayStation Nintendo Pro Switch is coming. Like they're kind of spoiling it before Nintendo's announcing it.
Yep.
So this is just my theory. So I made the theory, and a lot of people told me I was crazy. I said, I think Nintendo and Xbox are in cahoots, right? I said, I think they're working together.
That would be a smart move.
Right?
It would.
Absolutely. And then they were like, no way, no way. I'm like, dude, they gave them three of their exclusives. And one of them was a Game of the Year contender with Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
And said, here's Nintendo. These games would be amazing on your platform. Gave them 3 exclusives. Didn't give it to PlayStation. Gave it to Nintendo. And didn't get nothing in return.
I know Nintendo. Yeah,
Right?
Nintendo's
Well,
tough.
I think there's something else. I think it's breaking bread.
Yeah.
Then they said Banjo-Kazooie is going to Smash Brothers. Now Andy's argument in the group chat was like, well, they put Metal Gear Solid and they put Snake in Smash Brothers, but there's no Metal Gear Solid game on the Switch.
True.
And I said,
he's right about that.
Wait. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, if they could put Skyrim on Switch and Doom Eternal on Switch,
Yes, because I have Skyrim.
Metal Gear can make it to Switch. But it may need a powerful more system to do that. So I think what may be holding games back from being ported to the Nintendo Switch would be doing the Pro version. So with that being said, I think if I could be wrong, but I think a lot of the processing and chips and technology that Nintendo uses is in the same realm as Apple, which the chips and the processing and all that is good, but it's a lot pricier to make a system.
Yeah.
And you can only go so high because once, like if you buy memory for an Apple and you buy memory for a Windows based, you're paying a fraction of the cost because what it goes into that operating system, it takes more to put that memory in or that RAM or that processor or that memory. So my theory is, I think because this has been talked about for a while, where Nintendo was they were throwing it at Nintendo saying, "Hey, do you want Game Pass or do you want Xbox Live on your Nintendo Switch? Do you have and then they're like, and then nothing ever came of it. And then Phil Spencer's like, "We're not working with Nintendo no more." And then 3 days ago, Minecraft goes to Super Smash Brothers.
I saw that.
And I was like, that's an Xbox exclusive. Like, that's not exclusive, but that's an Xbox franchise character. And then they tweeted out, Xbox, one of their other branches, not their American branch, said, Master Chief is ready for Super Smash Brothers. All he needs is an invite. So they're saying they will put Master Chief in Super Smash Brothers. So no relationship goes by everyone giving, and getting nothing in return.
That's very true.
So here's where I think my theory comes in when it comes to this Pro system. I think this Pro system is coming, but I think this Pro system, the internal workings of this system, is going to be built by Microsoft. I think they're going to cut them a deal and put a more powerful handheld system out there. Microsoft said they have no interest in making handheld systems because now with this new service they have, you can download an app and play your Xbox on your phone through your Wi-Fi network or your data. So you don't even need a screen. You can literally use your phone and it streams to your phone. So it's not even using the processor of your phone to run a game.
Wow.
So I can run a high-end 800 gig game on my phone because it's going through a cloud server and running it on another. Your screen is just like buffering it and streaming it like you were watching a movie.
Wow.
So what better way to do that would be a handheld system?
That makes sense.
So what I'm thinking is, I still think Game Pass is going to find its way to Nintendo.
That's very
I know
interesting.
people saying it's going to be crazy. I don't think you're ever going to play Halo on a Nintendo Switch, but I don't think you're going to buy a copy of Halo and put it on your Nintendo and it's going to download and play. I think that Game Pass and that feature where you can take it anywhere is going to carry over.
Mm-hmm.
And if Nintendo can sit there and say, hey, you know, we don't really need that function because you can just go buy our games, but we can we'll use your platform. So here's where Xbox's bargaining chip can come with Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't have to give them Mario, doesn't have to give them shit,
Yeah, because I don't see that happening.
but what it seems like it's a give and nothing in return. So the biggest thing Nintendo can offer Microsoft that would help them out is saying you can play your Xbox on your Switch just by an app. Right?
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
So
would make
you
sense.
hook up to, you don't even have to go buy the new system. Now the game cloud is going to play through your Nintendo, and that could be the bargaining chip there. And the biggest thing that Microsoft has been trying to do for a long time now is break into Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft does not sell at all in Japan, and outside of America, the biggest gaming market is Japan.
Yes.
So if people in Japan can keep the system they already own and run Xbox Game Pass and play the Xbox title and enter that ecosystem while still being on Nintendo, and then they turn around and say, hey, we'll give you your own Nintendo dashboard like we built for the Xbox. Just here's the architecture, just plug and drop your stuff. Like, now you have contact between your friends list. You can add people, you can message people, you can do party chats, and it's all built into the framework of your system. And we'll give you the parts to make your pro system stronger, so you can port more games over, like Rare Replays, because they want to start doing N64 and GameCube.
Yep, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Rare Replay, which is owned by Microsoft, that has a shit ton of really good N64 games, would plug very well into the Nintendo because they're all old N64 games.
Mm-hmm.
Rare Replay ran its course on Xbox. That's a system that's a title they're probably not going to make any more money on. So send it over to Nintendo. They'll make money off their franchise or their people buying it, or they just, instead of them buying it, they say, hey, you want to play Rare Replay? You can get it through our Game Pass. You pay your $8 a month, or they work a deal out. So if you have Game Pass on Nintendo, instead of $16 or $8 or $9 a month for Game Pass, we'll cut it to you for this much a month. And you don't have to pay Xbox Live for your online service because you're already paying through Nintendo. And now Game Pass is bundled with you, and you can play this game. So Xbox is getting $5 a month from now how many X millions of people who now own Switches.
Yep, that's a
So
nice deal.
they're dipping into a market that they didn't have before, and all they had to do was just give them the architecture they already made. So like Mario doesn't have to come to Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't have to give up the exclusives. What they're doing is pretty much running an Xbox on their system without even doing it. That's my theory. I could be
That's
way
a good
out
theory.
there.
Yeah.
I could be way out there, but that's just where I think it's gonna go. That's just my guess. I said the same thing with cross-platform before, and people thought I was crazy. Like you're never going to be playing PlayStation versus Xbox, and we're doing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's where I think that that partnership's coming in, because they're not doing all this and giving Nintendo 3 exclusives and putting characters in games to not getting anything in return.
Yeah, that would be weird. Although I do love Banjo-Kazooie back with Nintendo, which is where it belongs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I still think Xbox and Rare will make a Banjo-Kazooie game.
I would love that.
But if they sit there and say, Banjo-Kazooie, brand new game coming out in 2 years, right?
I'd be so happy.
And then they're like, oh, and by the way,
So cute.
hey, Nintendo people, you want to play Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes.
Yes, I
Get me
would.
that game right now.
Here's the thing, too. So if that Xbox deal comes through, and for an extra $10 a month, or let's say
I'd pay it.
$60 the year or $65 for the year, and you get Game Pass, but you don't have to go buy the brand new Xbox, and you can play it all on your Switch, even dock to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah, because then I also get Fable and Skyrim, so I'm real thrilled.
Fable, Skyrim,
I
all
love
the Bethesda
Fable.
games, like
Mhm.
that would all be there on your Switch, and you didn't have to go buy a brand new system
Yeah,
because
I'd be
you
very
already have it
happy
through
with that.
your Switch.
Yeah, and I love Nintendo. Nintendo's
I know
my
it's a long
absolute
shot.
favorite.
I know people are probably gonna think I'm crazy and saying it in the
I
but
don't think so.
I think that's where it's going. I think so. If it happens,
He said it first,
you
folks.
heard it here
That's
first.
right. You'll get your cut from Xbox.
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day 2021. I'm calling it now. I would agree with that too. Billy, I know you're a big gamer guy. Do you think my theory is crazy? Do you think that's out of the realm? I'm just curious.
He'll just say, "Yep."
Be like, fuck you. No way. That's not happening. All right. That's it. What do you have news?
Oh yeah, so I'll pull it up, but I know the first one that I wanted to mention was Netflix ended up canceling Glow, which is a pretty popular wrestling show about females due to coronavirus. I don't know how many people read the article. I think a lot of people think that it just got canceled just to cancel it, but they didn't know how to safely film the show anymore with coronavirus happening.
Well, they're shooting actual wrestling. I think they could have figured it out.
I think they could too. I don't think they have to necessarily cancel it. They could have pushed it, or they could have done like smaller groups of people coming on to film at the same day. You know what I mean?
I think when it comes to it, I think
shots.
wrestling companies have more money to put out for testing, where a movie production only has a certain budget, and most of that's going to production and workers and staff, and they probably don't have the extra budget to do the testing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But it's a bummer because it's a good show and a lot of people like it. So that's a shame. That's the number one thing I was going to talk
Billy says
about.
it's legit theory. I like it. Thank you,
There
Billy.
you go.
There you go.
The man has spoken. Therefore, it is.
Yeah.
So they did delay filming or the release of Batman to 2022 now, unfortunately.
That's fine.
But they did move up Matrix 4 release, which is good. Oh, you don't like the Matrix?
No.
Oh my gosh,
I love the
why?
Matrix.
It's so
Part one was
good.
cool, and then as I kept going, I was like, "This is fucking too much."
Oh, I thought it was amazing. All three of them. It was sad. Like the third one was sad, and they could have improved that one a little bit. But I thought they were all really good. It's one of my
I
favorite
know this
movie
is not the
series.
wrestling show, but this is funny because you're saying like that was sad. Me and Tori, I'm showing Tori like old wrestling stuff, and I showed her the night Edge retired.
Oh, that was sad.
Right, so she was like, "Oh my god, he's crying! I'm gonna cry," and like the fans'
Yes.
reaction, and then I showed her Edge returning at Royal Rumble.
I cried. I don't
It
even
was
know this
amazing.
person.
Yeah, Edge is really
I'm
great.
not gonna lie, I cried again, and I knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, Edge is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was back recently for a little, and then he got injured again.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
But he's able to come
bad,
back.
though.
No, it wasn't
It's
a bad
it's like
injury.
a separated shoulder.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
be back. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be okay. And then his wife comes on every once in a while too.
Aw.
Yeah, I like Edge, and I like his wife, Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's Beth Phoenix, I think.
Yes.
Yes, I want to make sure because sometimes I get some people mixed up, but I like her a lot. Oh, you like Drew McIntyre now that I see.
I do.
Excellent choice.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
love
think
him.
he's-
Drew McIntyre and Roman
Oh,
Reigns.
yeah.
Oh,
And
I love your
Asuka.
taste.
Oh, I like
excellent
Asuka.
taste. Excellent taste.
And you liked Cesaro too.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was
Fun.
pretty cool.
Did,
Pretty cool.
did Andy tell you his story about Cesaro? Andy?
You told me Andy's
Yeah.
story about Cesaro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. Yeah, it's a good story.
So I actually have some. If you're done,
Yep,
I actually have some other Netflix news as well. Like Netflix, I don't know what's going on with Netflix, but like with like canceling like certain shows, I know it has to do with COVID and everything. But Netflix is actually has been indicted in Texas for Cuties.
Oh,
That movie that came out. Are you familiar with Cuties?
Yeah, I haven't watched it. So
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it either. I'm not watching that.
well, here's
I
the
won't be
thing.
watching it
I
either. It's
think
a disgrace.
that. So here's the thing. I think people are looking at the clip of the movie and saying that visually is bad, right?
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. I don't know that. But I read like the cliff notes of what the movie's about, and the way I perceive it. I'm not justifying what the visualization of the movie is, right? But sometimes when people are making things, sometimes the shock factor is needed to put your point across.
Mhm.
The premise of the movie is parents aren't watching their fucking kids, and then these kids are creating and doing things and acting like adults when they shouldn't be, and the kids are learning to over sexualize themselves at way too young of an age, and then they go to these dance shows and these parents are catering to it and playing to it and encouraging it. So the movie is pretty much saying like, this is a problem and it needs to stop.
And
But-
I could see that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing behind it is there's a way to do that without making children take their clothes off, without children doing poses where they're taking pictures of their vaginas.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they're like a child does not need to be completely naked.
Mhm.
A child does not need
Now,
to-
are they naked in the movie or is it implied?
It's like there's a lot of implied,
Yeah.
but there is a lot of stripping. There's a lot of like they go on like a chat. I didn't watch it. I
won't watch it.
watched somebody's commentary of it and showing like clips while they go through because I'm not going to watch it.
I refuse
Have you ever
to
seen the
watch
movie
it.
13?
No.
I remember 13 was a big movie when I was in high school. And I remember girls being like, I can relate to this movie because when I was 13, I was doing this shit. and it was literally about
Oh,
these
yeah.
13-year-old girls hooking up with much older guys and talking about sex and shit.
Well,
And-
that's like that's a whole generational thing. Like, I don't know if it's me because I'm younger, but it was like my generation was the prime, like, emo MySpace days.
Yeah.
When me and my friends, sorry, Mom, if you're watching, which I mean, she already knows because we would talk about it, but we would, get boyfriends online that were like 20 years old, 30 years old. We're 14, 15. And like, we would like send like suggestive things and they would always talk about sex. It's like stuff that, like you see like Chris Hansen talking
Yeah,
to people that
absolutely.
like that's the stuff that would happen. So I mean, yeah, like it's there's a way to like say we're making a movie about that or like it's like there's a way to do it without putting the children in danger.
Yeah.
And like
Agree.
the reason that the like Texas is like indicting and taking Netflix to criminal court is the fact that even if the idea and like the source of everything came from a good place, the fact that they then put children in danger was completely anticlimactic. If you're trying to make a show about or a movie about like the awareness of like our children are being taken advantage of, why you're taking advantage of children and like you're allowing it to happen. So it kind of seems pretty like hypocritical.
Yeah.
And to put children in danger for the sake of raising awareness of children being in danger. And I think that's the issue. And the fact that the original Netflix description of it was literally like really, really raunchy. And then like Netflix had to go back and be like, oh no, like they're best friends and they join a dance crew, even though her mom's like really religious and whatnot. And it's
Yeah.
just like,
I can't speak on too much. I didn't follow it. I just kind of, that's my thing. I didn't watch. I don't care to watch.
I understand like that to some extent, like there is like to gain like that shock value into like shocking you into being like, wow, like this is a thing.
It's a 50-50 thing because either you make the movie shocking so people watch it so they go, oh fuck, like I didn't think it was that big of a deal, like these dance mom things, right? And to overexpose that kind of stuff. But they rolled the dice and it didn't work out for them because
Right.
what it turned out for is they made a very shocking, appalling movie to
Mm.
maybe make a point, but they went so far with it that people, to the point where people refused to watch it because it was too shocking. So usually sometimes when it's like a train wreck, people are like,
Yeah.
I have to go see it. Like this is the most controversial thing ever. I must go see this. But then it was like, in their case, it was like, no, maybe if more people did watch it, they'd have a different perspective. I don't know. Like I said, I have no interest to watch it.
I won't be
I don't
watching
I
it.
don't like dance movies anyway. I'm not watching little kids do it.
Yeah, it's nasty. And I mean, there is a scene where like,
I
the
did
girl
see the
like,
one dance thing where they were like twerking and
yeah,
stuff.
and they're like
It's
sucking
very
on their fingers, and like,
Very
I mean, and like
inappropriate.
it gets worse from there because I mean, like it's like there's a scene where like a girl like steals a phone. I don't know if it's her brother or her cousin or whatnot, but like steals her cousin's or whatever phone, so she could like, sext this boy.
Yeah.
So like she's in the bathroom and then like she takes a picture of her vagina and then she like comes out and then he kind of like steals it off of her and she's just like, no, I need that phone like to help me, like I need it because that's my popularity, like I need it. And he's just like, no, and she literally starts stripping in front of him. She starts stripping. And I mean, granted, before it gets to anything crazy, he's like, what the hell are you doing? But like she like literally like starts like provocatively stripping in front of
But
like,
here's the
this-
thing.
Blech.
How
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Now here's
Very
where I kind of want to maybe play devil's advocate here. How often do you think this is happening right now in everyday times
so
with
much.
kids at that time?
So much. It's only gotten worse since I was that age. So
Exactly.
So worse.
What if the premise of this was a parent sees it and goes, "What the fuck?" And then they're pretty much like, "Yeah, this is what your fucking kids are doing, and you're not watching." Because a lot of, I'm not saying all, so don't get offended, parents, but some parents right now just hand their kids a tablet, a phone, and the internet, and give them the access
Say,
to
"Go ahead."
to a YouTube channel or the internet where they can find everything at any time. Like, I mean, you go on these apps and these things and like TikTok and stuff, like kids are acting like they're adults and they shouldn't be doing it at that age yet.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is like, this is like, I gotta, how do I say this without fucking calling somebody else? So I know a child, and he's a boy, who sent provocative pictures of himself to kids in his grade, and he's in elementary school.
Oh, that's
He's
awful.
sending
So
dick
sad.
pics at
Very
at a
sad.
young, but because these kids have access to shit and they're not being watched or
Yeah.
maintained or looked at, they're doing this. They're like when we were a kid, like I don't want to say I'm the last generation, but like I remember still playing with like action figures till I was
I
like
did
15
too.
or
Mhm.
16 years old. Like not 15 or 16, but like
But,
maybe
like, you know,
maybe
an
like
appropriate
13,
age.
14
Yeah.
years old, right? And then like the internet hit, and I just remember like watching the next couple generations after where kids were like 7 or 8 years old and they're trying to be adults already.
Yes,
And I'm
I
like,
agree with
yo,
that.
be a fucking kid. Like
Mhm.
enjoy this time.
Yep, and I
Mhm.
think that hit right around when I was
And
when I
parents
was
are
in middle
forcing
school.
kids to get older too quick.
They are. I agree.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
because
Like I said,
there's no time for that anymore. There's no
Yes.
time.
So-
Like
so
hurry
I-
up and do this.
so I
There's
know
no
the
time.
imagery on the movie is absolutely appalling
It is.
and shocking and
Yes.
disgusting. But
It
like
is.
probably like there's probably a 13 or 14-year-old girl or 15-year-old girl who can watch that movie and be like, oh fuck, I didn't realize what I was doing was that bad.
And that very well could. I mean, there's a silver lining to everything, and I think everything happens for a reason. And I think even if like even if they had hidden agendas in posting this behind, I think it caused some good because of the backlash. Like it's
Yeah.
showing like us as a community to
Well,
be kind
the
of like this is
line-
not right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the line just keeps getting pushed back in
Yeah.
everything when it comes to pop culture and movies and music and video games. Like the movie 13 came out in 2005, and it was like holy fuck. But now it's like really the line like that line just keeps getting. And the crazy
does.
thing, like the crazy thing, I think Dave Chappelle made a joke about it. He goes like, "We watched the Challenger blow up at school, and they sent us home for like 3 days because they're like we just witnessed people die on national
Yeah.
TV." And he goes, the Challenger happens every single day on the news.
Yeah.
Like they're literally showing
That
people.
desensitization or whatever.
Yeah.
Desensitization.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just keeps getting
And
moved back.
it's doing it in the news, and then what happens in news carries over to pop culture, entertainment as
Mhm.
well. So it's like the crazy thing is how appalling and shocking Cuties is, and I think because of the awareness of kids being taken advantage of is so hot right now.
Mhm.
The crazy thing is who knows where that line gets drawn in another 5 years.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point.
I think I truly do think like
Cuties will be Sesame Street in 10 years.
It better not be.
no, I think with the, like this
It
coming
might
out,
be.
I think with this coming out and like I really do think that people are becoming more aware, like starting like with the Me Too movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, like the Save Our Children movement. I think a lot of people are becoming like with everything, like with people getting outed in Hollywood and everything.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of more awareness coming into keeping our fellow race safe.
Yeah.
And so I think it's kind of like it's been like push it back, violent, and now even with cancel culture and all that kind of stuff, even though like cancel culture is more I think negative than good, it's the idea that people are finally starting to hold people accountable for their actions, and it's going to be crazy for a while until we can start like kind of like evening it back out,
Yeah.
where
Recovering.
people are starting to really like remember that people are people and death is sad, and taking advantage of people is like not a thing.
Do you think our world and the way children and kids are acting today is worse than it was when we were kids?
I think, honest to God, I think it's the same.
I do too.
I just think it's more in your face now.
I
I
agree.
think it's more because I mean that shit's been happening, like pedophilia, all sorts of stuff, crazy stuff in Hollywood has been going on since like the 30s.
Mhm.
But it's just stuff that's not talked about,
Like,
and
how
now
you-
we're
how you said
talking
when,
about it.
in MySpace, like you don't have to put your age out there, but like when you were a teenage girl or younger, your
13, 14, 15.
your game was to get the older guy on the internet.
Yeah, and our friends we would have a bet, and it wasn't like a verbal bet, but we would like be like, "Who's got the older boyfriend?" Like, "Oh my god, like my boyfriend I met online, he's like 25," and they're like, "Oh my god, like mine's 26."
So here's what a popular game like late not so much my generation, but I remember like a generation or two behind me because I remember them talking about it, and I was just about to graduate. Do you remember the bracelets, the colored bracelets?
I do, yeah.
And if your bracelet got
brands.
Silly
brands,
broke,
yep.
depending on what color it was that got
It's the
broke,
kind of sex you'd have to have with them.
is a sex act that you had to perform on the person who broke it.
I did hear about that, but that was after me.
That was-
I think,
that
'cause
was
I
my
think I'm
gen.
older than both of you.
Yeah, but
That
I'm
was
just
my
saying,
gen.
it's like that was a legit thing. You know what I mean? Like, so when it comes to like our kids as bad now as they were then, I would say no.
It's the same.
I honestly think that just when we get to a certain age, this isn't not being like cynical or saying that we're bad people or anything, but I think as people get older, I think they lose their mentality of what they were when they were a child at some point. And I think I don't know, like I just like not that we're getting lazier, but society, like technology and things are changing so quick and so vast that we don't know how to keep up and keep our kids. Because if you turn around and say I'm not going to give my kid a phone or a tablet or a TV or a brand new Xbox or anything that's technology because I want my kid to be old school, it's not going to work. It's never going to work.
Just put safety procedures in place
Exactly.
because
Yeah,
the
just be a
things that are
parent.
occurring today
What a
are not
concept.
good.
Yeah,
The things that
No.
are occurring
and a
today
lot
are
of
very unhealthy.
and that's the thing too is like we were talking about like schools and stuff, right? Like schools now are still teaching kids like, no offense, like history lessons and science lessons and stuff, which is great. But like in 10 years, this kid's gonna be like, like, dude, really? Like,
Yeah, it's going to
like,
be
this
obsolete.
this
Like
is
everything's
here.
right here.
This is here. Like, why am I still learning out of a book when we're at an age where that everything is one fucking search away? So what you should be teaching kids is how to use technology and still learn things. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like we have the opportunity to teach a different way now, but we're just so stuck in our ways because we don't want to embrace technology. What we should be teaching kids probably in middle school and younger
Internet safety.
is internet
Oh,
safety
God,
and
yeah.
how
Internet
It started
and-
off in elementary school, kindergarten.
like that
Yeah.
that should be a new like you're teaching and they're not getting taught that stuff until probably college now. Where like be careful what you put on the internet because when you go out to the real world and you want to get a job or you want to be famous or you want to be an athlete, that can come back to bite you. And they're like, dude, I was making fucking inappropriate things since I'm 13 years old on the internet. Why didn't someone tell me that then? Like we need to educate ourselves as people so we can then educate our children
Educate the next generation.
and the younger generations to say like, hey man, like you're just kind of getting thrown into this. We need to teach you how to properly use the internet and properly use technology because like a kid can get on an Xbox right now, put a headset on, and tell some complete stranger every fucking thing about their life.
Yeah.
And if that person's a predator, he knows everything because the kid had the access to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to give the younger kids a fighting chance.
Yes.
Like that's really what it is. It's like you can allow them to have certain freedoms and allow them to be kids and enjoy the new technologies, but give them a fighting chance so they're not in danger. That's literally like that's all I think like that needs to be done. And like I said before, it was just like just be a parent. What a fucking concept.
Yeah.
Just be a parent.
I know.
But I don't think it's so much as just being like be a parent and then it's all on the parents either because some of these parents they didn't educate themselves on the internet and they don't know either.
That's true. Cause like my mom and dad, like we've had this conversation where it was like, God love you guys. Because like the stuff that I was going through, like you've never had to deal with
Yeah.
before. So they like parents were going into it blind. Like, what the
how
hell
does-
do I
how
do
does
this?
my generation tell a kid like about the pressures and social distance, like the social things that are going on with social media and where kids are killing themselves because they're getting cyberbullied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
So
they're-
how do you
they're
stop
so
that?
addicted to
how do you
this.
fight that? Like as a parent, because I would get cyberbullied all the time, and I would be so upset about it. My dad would be like, just turn off your phone. And I'm like, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what do you mean? Just turn it off because it's just.
because it follows you. Like
Yeah.
it's following kids from school to home. Like there's no place of peace because they're
Right.
attached to this.
And that's why I talk to them about taking breaks from technology,
Yeah.
enjoying times with your family, enjoying times with positive friends. This is
Yep.
where you have
Going
conversations.
outside.
Yeah, about
Enjoying
like
it.
positive friends,
But-
what a predator is, and this is where mental health comes in, and
Yeah.
you need to take your kids to therapy. I am a therapist. That's what I do for my everyday living.
Oh, I love therapy.
Yes,
So
there-
God bless you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
yes.
for what you do.
Oh, thank you.
But parents
So
don't
mental
send their
health is
kids
important.
to parks either.
No.
Because they're afraid if they send their kid to the park and they're not there to watch them, that they're going to be abducted every single time they go. Like sometimes you got to let your kid go and fall and bust their knees and fall and go through things and be at the park. Like I remember going to the park by myself and it was like 5 blocks away from my house. And I would go at like 12, 13 years old. People are like, oh, you can't do that in today's times. Yes, you can.
You can still go to the
But
park.
we're kind of sheltering harder than ever before too. So like a lot of these kids aren't learning those things about going to the park and kind
Because
of dealing.
it's so outside scary. Stay here and stay.
Here's a phone.
Here's a phone. Stay in here and have fun because outside is scary.
Because I know if I hand you your phone or your tablet, I know you're in your room. And then when they finally get to an age where they can explore, they're rushing into being adult because they
Yep.
were sheltered in their house the whole time.
And they're not prepared for life. So this is why you have to have a balance between outside and everyday life. And also this is where mental health is really important. So I'm going to once again just say, don't be afraid to take somebody in to talk to somebody because it's really important, especially in times like today. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to reach
yeah,
out.
and doesn't say anything negative about you as a parent if you have
No.
to take your kid to therapy.
or yourself to learn new skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good post there, Eric. We actually are getting into that in a second, but so what we're doing right now. I mean, it's a great conversation. I'm glad we're having it because I think it's fun because we do have younger people who do listen to our show.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And I do know I curse and maybe say things that are stupid sometimes, but like I think if you watch this show enough and you know me as a person, and I think that like the kids who watch this know that I'm genuine. Like I will help anyone
You're a
through
safe
anything.
person.
Like I believe, you know what I mean. Like, and I don't think I'm saying anything they're not hearing from their probably parents anyway. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. So it's tricky, but I just try not to be like that fake person, like where it's like, hey everyone, this is the podcast, and today we're not gonna say anything.
You know, don't curse now.
Yeah, no, like we're a Schuylkill County podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you're allowed to be a genuine and real person, but you just gotta also be careful what you say, and if you do say something stupid, you have to maybe sometimes tell people you're joking, or what you're saying is actually supposed to be inappropriate for satire, and to not do these things. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, we got that for a bit here. We'll have a little topic we'll get to. We're still dragging. I mean, we still have probably another 20 minutes, and Nikolai will be here, and then we can get to Halloweentown.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we lost the legend today. We lost the
did.
rock
We did.
legend. 56? 56?
65?
65?
65.
Probably 65.
That makes more sense. Maybe I'm dyslexic and I flip my numbers.
Hmm.
65. Throat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Very
is-
sad.
Not shocking, but I would have thought his liver went first because he was a drunk.
was.
He drank. This is one of those things, and I don't want to start it off on a negative note, but like, so
Work hard, play hard.
not every single person who creates things too, when you're a director or an actor or a musician, sometimes they're not great fucking people, right? Little Eddie was notorious for being a dick to people, right?
Oh yeah.
But he was also very respected for his craft.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so. I know when people are going to listen to it, be like, "Oh, why don't you get into the, like?" Because people want the negativity. That's about as much you're going to get from me. It's very well documented. Eddie Van Halen was not always a great
He was an
person
Right.
asshole.
to his
Unfortunately.
friends, to his family, to former bandmates.
Yeah.
But God damn it, can that guy play guitar?
God, can that
He's
man play an axe?
amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
And-
Amazing
and-
guitarist.
Yeah, and that's pretty much for the most part what we're going to cover here. So,
Yeah.
so he was born January 26th, 1955. October 6th. What?
Was he born?
No. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, was he
January
born
26th,
October
1905, and then he
He
died, October 6th.
6th. That's
I was
the
gonna say, oh
day.
my
I am a
god,
d-
that's awful.
I'm a dummy. He was a Dutch-American musician, songwriter, producer, and inventor. He was a main songwriter and lead guitarist of the American rock band Van Halen. He also which he co-founded in 1972 with his brother and drummer Alex Van Halen. I don't know where Mark came from there. I'm thinking of your Mark.
Yeah.
Bass.
He
Oh,
loves
here you
Van
go.
Halen too,
Bassist,
so.
bassist Mark Stone.
There you go.
And singer David Lee Roth. Wow! He was best known for his popularizing tapping guitar solo technique, allowing rapid
eruption?
arpeggios. Am I saying that?
Acapellas?
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 Arpegos? I don't know.
Arpeggios.
Thank you. I'm not a musician. To be played with two hands on a fretboard in 2012. So what he's talking about is you strum and you just keep tapping the strings up
Oh,
here.
yeah, he's real good at that.
Like an eruption when
Eruption,
he's like.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, so good.
He was voted the #1 Guitar World Magazine Readers Poll in the 100 He was #1 in guitar for the 100 greatest guitarists of all time. And then Eric said in the chat here, fun fact: last year Billboard Music Award did what they consider the top 100 best music acts, and Van Halen was the only metal band that made the list. So,
Nice.
Oh, I'm glad they made it, but it's kind of sad that they were the only one. There's a lot
Yeah.
of good ones out there.
Yeah.
So they moved from the Netherlands to United States, settling in California. Both Eddie and his older brother Van were boys. They were naturalized as U.S. citizens. The brothers learned how to play piano as children, and starting at the age of 6, they commuted from Pasadena to San Pedro to study with an elderly piano teacher. Just trying to go through here real quick. I don't want to read the entire Wikipedia page, but yeah, they obviously they were in the band and did a lot of crazy things. Then he found the Pick of Destiny.
Pick
But so, I mean, obviously, that's just kind of the beginning there. I think his story goes without saying. If you really want to go do more research, you can. But that being said, when were you exposed to Van Halen? Can you remember your first time you ever heard an Eddie guitar lick? And what song was it?
I don't. Well, actually, I have the whole list of their essentials right here. But I pretty much listened to them my entire childhood. My parents love like classic rock
Mm-hmm.
or metal, whatever you'd like to call it.
They toed
and-
the line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were like metal, hair metal, classic rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I pretty
Glam
much.
rock.
Yeah, glam
love
rock's
it.
a good one. Yeah, I pretty much listen to them as long as I can remember.
Do you remember your first song though? Can you recall that?
I'm gonna say
I know mine.
Jump.
Jump. What about you?
Kind of same with her. Like from the womb, I listened to it, but I distinctly, I'm sure I've heard more, but I distinctly remember being in middle school and listening to Eruption for the first time and going, I want to be a musician.
Yeah. My first time I ever heard a guitar lick that took me off my feet. I grew up. My dad was a rock guy, right? But I didn't listen to much rock. Most of if I heard rock, it was I was a kid that my parents turned on MTV and would leave. And they turned MTV on because I was a kid and I was just fascinated with music videos.
Same.
The first time I really heard a guitar solo, and it was Eddie, that blew me away, was Michael Jackson. Beat It.
Oh yes, that was my favorite Michael Jackson.
And that was Eddie doing the guitar in that.
I did not
Really?
know. I did not know that.
neither did I.
Then that would be my first then.
Yep.
If we're gonna go with that, because my parents have videos of me in my high chair dancing and jamming out to Michael Jackson, and Beat It is one of their videos that they showed me over and over, and
Like
I
when they're
actually
doing
remember that video of
when
me.
they're doing the fight scene and
watching
they're
that.
strapped to each other and then
Oh, so
That's-
that would be my first then
that's Eddie.
too.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
had
that
no
was Eddie.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yep, I've seen that video of myself dancing in the high chair multiple times.
Aw,
My
that's
parents
Oh, there you go. My
They-
first exposure to him might have been Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I feel like the song "Jump" was in that game. I don't know.
I think it was. I think that person. I don't know who it was.
I'll check that.
Eric Bevan.
Eric
Okay.
Bevan. And then
I can't see without my glasses.
then the other thing
They
that I
work with
remember
that.
is first time I heard "Running with the Devil."
Oh, that one's really good.
Even as a kid, I was just fascinated with the devil.
devil.
Yeah, the devil.
And now
Jack.
you are the devil.
I am the
That's
devil.
right. That's why I chose that icon.
Yep.
And then Hot for Teacher.
That's
oh,
a good
that's
one.
such a good one.
Yeah.
I heard that one so many times as a kid. I don't know. The radio loves that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just remember always been drawn to obviously his guitar pattern with the red with the white and black
Mhm.
lines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually made that my profile picture. I have it set for a week. So
Yeah, I
it's
saw that.
yeah. And then and if you ever see anyone else doing it, I was the fucking first because I thought of it. I didn't steal it off somebody.
Claim it now.
Everyone else, if you do it, just keep
Right in
That and the video
stone.
game theory. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, I'm a trendsetter. What was I gonna think? Oh, Vice City soundtrack.
I think it is.
That was a great that was a great soundtrack.
It really was.
I do remember Flock of Seagulls being the main song in that one. And I run.
Oh, I ran. Yep.
Yeah.
They always have good soundtracks for those games.
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto.
I do distinctly remember being a kid and like talking about Van Halen with my dad. My dad was like, one of the greatest bands of all time. You would never know. They absolutely hated each other.
Oh, yeah, my
my
Aerosmith.
dad. Oh, Aerosmith. Yeah.
Wow. Well, all right. So far, I'm 20 songs in, and there's not one Van Halen song.
It could be a
It might
different
be
Grand Theft Auto.
It might be.
But no, I think I know what song he's thinking he might have where he heard Van Halen, and we're not done yet though, so we'll see.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking it might not be in this because I'm at the. Maybe it's in this radio station. It's going by radio station. Well, it's the hip hop, so it won't be in that one.
Can we just Google does
Nope. We're
We're
gonna get us flagged. Quick, turn that off.
Oh wait, I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's all right. So so Vice City, and I know it's not the same, but I think
I was trying to
if people
Google.
listen to it, Judas Priest, "You Got Another Thing Coming" was the big rock song. Too Young to Fall in Love, Motley Crue, which Too Young to Fall in Love, Motley Crue is very Sammy Hagar-ish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar, Van Halen.
Oh, speaking of, so you said that you had preferred the Sammy Hagar.
Yankee Rose
Yes, I
by
did say that.
David Lee Roth is in there too.
Oh, okay.
So maybe the Yankee Rose got him. I thought Ice Cream Man was in there too. I think it was Yankee Rose.
Here, I just Googled it.
Yeah, I have to say I'm a David Lee Roth kind of girl.
I'm a David Lee Roth fan too. Well, that's why I love Steel Panther because Steel Panther takes a lot of the
it's
lore
that
from
showy,
yeah.
like acrobatics, and it's more of like a sport,
Mhm.
and like also like his insane vocals. I can respect Sammy Hagar, and I like what he
Oh,
brought.
Sammy. If I was starting,
Sammy's so cool.
if I'm starting a band, I'm going with Sammy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if you want like a great front man, David Lee Roth, all the
Mhm.
way.
Yeah, I agree.
Grand Theft Auto 5 keeps coming up when I Google Van Halen.
I went through the whole. Oh, they're in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Maybe it keeps coming up as matched with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I went through
5.
the whole list of Vice City songs, and they weren't on there. But maybe he's thinking Yankee Rose or Too Young to Fall in Love.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could be that. Yeah, makes sense.
Have you ever seen them live?
No, I was supposed to go with my mom a few times, but it didn't work out for like different like scheduling reasons.
Yeah.
Supposed to see them in Def Leppard with my mom, and just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
always
geez.
drawn to the Panama album. The
Oh,
little boy with
yeah.
the pack of cigarettes and the angel wings.
The angel baby.
I want that on a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that'd be a great logo spoof.
That would be.
You have how many baby pictures of me?
I was gonna say that's. I'll do that. Yeah. The one of you just crying on the floor, like, just like as
Crying with a cigarette in my mouth, holding a cigarette with my cry face.
I love that.
Oh, and then the other one my mom was saying, she goes, if you made it a logo that would be hilarious is like the Beverly Hills Ninja, that ninja one of me.
Oh my
Where
god.
I'm like a fat ninja.
Chubby baby.
I am the fattest baby ever. Like I am
It's so
literally just a
cute.
fucking blob.
It's so
And my
cute.
parents have me in like a gi with a red like Ralph Macchio bandana on my head, and I'm just like a fat kid, and my neck is all up, and I'm just like,
You were a
That's great.
baby.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Tina says hi, Tori.
Hi, Tina.
Look at you getting your love. I like it. Make sure you guys share this. Hit that share button. Let people know we're doing this and we're talking. So Van Halen. We'll get back to Van Halen. The
Chubby ninja
oh, look
baby.
how fat I was.
so cute.
And my high socks. Another one that I was really that I think might have been the first. Now that I'm thinking about it, my first Van Halen song that I remember now, like it was obviously the Michael Jackson one's the first time I heard Eddie. My first Van Halen song I think would be Pretty Woman.
Oh, that's
yeah.
that's a nice one.
I always forget about that
I
one.
like that.
Because that was
one.
like their resurgence, like that was like when they came back, because they made their first album, their
They
two
did.
albums, they were really popular.
Yep.
Then their third album didn't do very well,
Right.
and then they came back, and then the fourth album is when they did the cover, and then it went nuts.
Yeah, it was a really good cover too.
Well, they're also in a video game, so there is a Van Halen Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And then the game, the Van Halen Guitar Hero. Let me pull some stuff up. I can give you some some tracks to it.
I'm so horrible at Guitar Hero. I tried, just not good at it.
And it was it was a Guitar Hero. It was like a full band. I think it was the second one they made. Because the first one I think was Metallica.
There was a Metallica one, I'm pretty sure.
I also know there was a Beatles one.
Yeah.
I
Beatles
didn't know about the
Beatles is
Beatles
Rock
one.
Band.
Oh yeah, Rock Band. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one I do remember.
Oh yeah, not Guitar Hero,
Mhm.
Rock Band.
I typed it. So when you type in Van Halen Guitar Hero, it just comes up Eddie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like,
Nobody
there's-
else. A Guitar
the
Hero.
video game doesn't even exist. It's like, oh, there's a game. Yeah, so they have Metallica. Actually, no, the first Guitar Hero game was Aerosmith.
Oh.
Then
I kind of
Metallica,
remember that.
and then I believe, why is not Van Halen even shown?
Did they take it down because of his death?
I don't think so. Hold on, I'm just trying to look
I
at
think
Or-
if anything, that would boost sales.
Or is he or was he just like were they just in one of the Guitar Hero games maybe?
No, they had their own full game. Like they had that like.
Right, I know what
yeah.
you're saying. Yeah. I don't play Guitar Hero because I suck at it.
It's really fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's just
And then
I can't play it.
Rock Band.
See, I love Rock Band because I like to play the drums.
Rock Band.
Insane.
Well, you could play drums on the newer Guitar Heroes.
Really?
Guitar Hero turned into a full band game too. Yeah.
Oh,
The Van
cool.
Halen's a full band game.
Yes.
Yeah. But they good Rock Band had Lego. They made Lego Rock Band. Then they made
Aw.
Green Day Rock Band.
Oh heck yeah.
And then they made Beatles.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. Actually, what I'm thinking is maybe tomorrow or one of these days, we'll do a live stream and play
Heck
Van
yeah,
Halen.
I'm down.
Play
That
the Van
sounds
Halen. So if
great.
you want to come tomorrow, I'll probably be doing it. So if you're not doing
Yeah, I'll
anything
be
tomorrow,
down
come
tomorrow.
over. You could drum, and We could take turns singing and embarrassing. Well, you want to embarrass yourself because you can actually sing. I
You're
can't.
not bad either. Come on.
Yeah. She says she misses you, by the way.
Oh, I miss you too, Tina.
Anything else you want to ask me? I'm joking. And I'm trying real hard to stretch this out for Nikolai. Jeez. Anyway, what have you been watching besides our topic? Did anyone watch anything or read or play anything?
Yeah.
Just X-Files.
So I love X-Files, by the way.
Love it.
So I finally started watching Star Wars Clone Wars, the cartoon, in preparation for Mandalorian season 2.
Does that affect it?
Well, because you're gonna get some of the characters from
The Clone Wars
Wars
actual
and
live action
Rebels.
form?
Yeah, Sasha
Interesting.
Banks plays one of them.
Ugh. I hate Sasha
I
Banks.
love Sasha.
Brr,
I love her.
brr.
And then,
She's going to take the belt off Bailey, and I don't like it.
well, Bailey shouldn't have backstabbed her, so there's.
Sasha Banks backstabbed her like 6 times, and then the one time Bailey does it.
I mean, oh well. I mean, I love me some bad Bailey.
You know what annoys me about Sasha, though? Is her hair's too long,
Oh, I like her hair.
and it's not real.
Oh, Bailey's
No,
or
Sasha
Sasha's?
Banks.
Oh yeah, well she wears the wigs.
And it always is falling off her head every match, so then she's like more worried about keeping her hair on her head than she is actually wrestling.
Oh,
Well, you don't want to go bald in a, in a
You don't
match
want,
as a
you don't want your
woman.
wig snatched.
Maybe make it a little shorter.
Well, she could.
Don't have it down to your ankle, so you're stepping on your hair.
I agree with that. I mean, but you don't want to go bald as a woman.
Oh, she's
That'd
the House
be so
Willow.
embarrassing.
Oh, Willow is doing great. Willow is doing so great. I'll send you pictures.
Should Tony and I walk out here so you guys can have your conversation?
Yeah, you guys go. Tina, you and I can just talk.
I'm just joking too.
Yeah.
I haven't met her yet, but yeah. So
That's a good gimmick. I'm digging it. Keep asking questions.
Yeah. Where I just chime in. Oh, yes.
So yeah, I watched Clone Wars. I really like it. I highly recommend. It's great. You would think it's not like initially. I think what stopped me from watching it before is I thought maybe it'd be too kiddie, but it's really not actually. It's,
Is it Darth Maul in the Clone Wars?
Oh yeah, you'll see him. I haven't seen him yet.
No.
Another reason I didn't watch the Clone Wars is because he was supposed to die and they gave him spider legs. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, he comes back to life.
He does, and I mean, some Sith can do that. As you, if you watched, well, Palpatine he has a million clones of
What if
himself.
Darth Maul comes back in The Mandalorian with his spider legs?
I mean, I'm gonna be pissed, but because that's just like ridiculous.
I think it would look cool.
Well, they did eventually give him human legs and gravitated away from the ridiculous over-the-top spider legs. But I mean, like,
After
come
people were just
on.
like, this sucks. Please change it back. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe enough people complained about the spider
Is
legs.
Sasha Banks playing the orange face? That sounds so weird to say, the orange face girl. You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, Ashka.
Yeah.
Or I cannot always say
Asuka?
her name. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to look up the correct pronunciation of her name. Sometimes I can say it right, and sometimes I
So
can't.
I seen the trailer of Sasha Banks, and she just looked like Sasha Banks wearing a cloak.
So she's playing Satine. There's Sabine and there's Satine.
Okay.
I actually thought she was playing Sabine, but I was talking with Andy, and she is not playing Sabine.
Okay.
She's playing Satine, and they are related. And Sabine is Obi-Wan's girlfriend, and Satine is like her cousin or something. Yeah. And she like changes her hair color all the time, so Sasha's a good, mix for her. I can't think of the actress's name right now who's playing. She's really good. She was in Clerks 1 and 2. What is her name? She's in a whole lot of good things. I'm going to Google her then. But anyway, so I watched that. That's really good. I also watched, I've been watching The Masked Singer, and probably nobody on this show cares about. I've also been watching Dancing with the Stars because AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys is on it. Probably
AJ.
Nobody here also cares about that.
I think AJ's the
Aw.
one that Heidi likes. Is that the tattooed one?
Yes.
Yeah, Heidi like. I actually like him too. I think he has the best voice in the whole group.
Over Brian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I mean, he has the second best voice.
I think he's the best. I think he has the best
He's
voice.
really good.
I think he's the most versatile singer in the group too, where he could do different genres.
He can do different genres. I agree with
And
that.
I think, I don't think I know because I've seen them live once, so I have my Backstreet Boys wing, my
Wow.
VIP status. He's the best entertainer out of all of them too.
He is a very good entertainer. Yes. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you the best entertainer. I actually have VIP status because I saw them twice.
Ooh.
Twice.
Pass that crown over.
But
That's right. Give it to me.
I went to a Backstreet Boys concert and had the entire bathroom to myself. Can you say that?
No, I can't. But I will be knocking
We'll give you
down.
a consolation ribbon.
Yes.
My Aunt Mary says The Masked Singer is awesome. I watched one episode of The
It's so
Masked Singer.
good. It really is good. You should watch it. Even Mark likes it.
So here's what happened for me. The Masked Singer
picky.
comes on, and they're like, the first singer's gonna come out, and they show all the singers and do like the guessing who it would be, and they give their little clues, and the singer, the robot comes out, and he starts singing, and I go, it's Lil Wayne.
Was it Lil Wayne?
It was 100% Lil Wayne. Like he can't mask his voice.
Yeah, come around here and I do.
Prime queen.
Yeah.
Prime
So
queen.
he comes out and sings, and I was like, it's Lil Wayne.
I love Lil Wayne.
Like he didn't even attempt to change his voice at all.
He probably doesn't
But no,
care.
he said, yeah, he sang Little Travis, I'm gonna go my way. But he's like, I'm gonna go my way. I was like, that's Lil Wayne.
That's Lil Wayne.
It's Lil Wayne.
3,000%.
And he took the problem with that show is the crowd pisses me off. Because the crowd acts like Jesus just got reincarnated from the ground. So like he takes
I did notice that.
he takes his robot helmet off, and everyone's like, it's a little, and then all the judges on the panel are like, you know who that might be? This might be, and then it's like, I'm like, what?
the most
know?
They're most ridiculous. I've noticed that they
Yeah,
go
they're like-
really far out there.
The one goes like, I think it might be a giraffe. You're like, what are you talking about? Are you high? And then they're like, well, Robin, you should know you've done 3 songs with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Robin Thicke
Yeah.
recorded.
I love Robin Thicke.
Yeah, he's done 3 songs with Lil Wayne. And he takes his helmet off, and the crowd just, like, people are fainting. Like,
They are
like-
very dramatic.
It's like the British invasion with like the Beatles. People are like,
yeah. This one dude was like shake. I'm just like, click. I'm turning
It is true. It is
turning
true.
it right off. I couldn't do it. I was like,
Just ignore them and listen to the singing and look at the elaborate costumes. There's a baby alien on. Somebody,
yeah.
yeah, you would like the baby alien. Yeah, and like,
So
they
how
move
many
it.
are left right now?
Oh, they just started. So,
Oh, so I thought this was
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke. Okay.
Just took himself right off. He just like took his own helmet off. And
Really?
I don't think he gave a shit.
He just
I
walked out
love
and
that
goes,
Mickey Rourke.
He like did his song, and then
I'm
people
done.
gave their ridiculous guesses. Somebody did guess Mickey Rourke. The rest of them, were out there in left field with like going really into depth with their guesses. And then they're like, no, don't take your mask. Like all dramatic, don't take your mask off. Nobody's ever done this before. This is the very first season I have ever watched too. So I'm like, wow, they're really dramatic on the show. I guess they have to because there is a theater base, and you like theater too. So
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
So then he takes his like mask off, and and they're like doing their fainting, and they're really shocked. Like they're like worse than wrestling fans, like really like dramatic. So it's really funny. I recommend it. It's good.
yeah. So he's just like, I don't really want to be on this show.
You could tell he really.
Checks in the mail. I'm taking this shit off.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
He's just like, that's
Exactly.
all right. I got my money.
He's like, peace out, everybody. I'm leaving. I'm rolling on out. He was what was he? He was a gremlin. He was a
Oh,
gremlin.
that's funny.
I guess
Yeah.
they use the same costumes a lot too,
Yeah. And
or variations of them.
yes. So the baby alien, whoever the baby alien is,
What season is this? 4?
yes.
So I want to
Yes.
see season 3 reveals. Because I know the
Chris
first.
Daughtry was on once, and I love Chris Daughtry.
I love
He's
him.
a huge Batman fan.
He is.
I love
Batman's
Chris
his.
Daughtry.
He loves comic book. He would love this podcast.
All right, so
he would. And
Robot
he loves
Lil
Batman.
Wayne.
Oh, look at that.
Llama Drew Carey,
Oh my God.
Miss Monster Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan.
I do remember that one because they were just like the entire time she was out there, she was like they were just like she sang and they like asked 1 or 2 questions and they got her off stage because she was like, I don't want to be in this fucking costume. An elephant was Tony Hawk. A mouse was Diana Warwick.
Oh, Miss
I don't know her.
Dionne Warwick.
I don't know her.
Tom Bergeron was a taco.
Bergeron.
I don't know who
Sarah
he is.
Palin was a bear. Oh God.
Well, of course, she'd be Bear. from
Swan
Alaska.
was Bella Thorne. Didn't she direct a porn?
Is she a model?
Bella Thorne was on.
I have no idea.
She was on Disney Channel. Then she did other movies, but she got like OnlyFans shut down.
Yeah, but I
Because-
also think she directed a porn.
She might have.
But like when I say porn, it's more like a PG one. It's not like all crazy.
Like an erotic.
Because I remember them saying
thing.
like Disney Star shoots her for like her directorial debut was like a pornographic film.
Well,
I mean, good for her, but yeah.
Yeah.
T-Rex, JoJo
Siwa.
Siwa. No idea what the fuck that is.
She's like a child star. She's big right
Oh, that
now.
was another one
Oh,
too. So
yes, I
this
know.
so this one
Yes.
the guy came out and sang and they were just like, who can this be? And I was like, oh well, that's 100% Rob Gronkowski.
Oh,
And
oh
the-
yeah, I
the
heard
White
Gronk
Tiger-
was on. Yeah, I
the
heard
White
Gronk
Tiger.
was on.
Jordan Woods was a kangaroo. Banana was Brett Michaels. So like, here's the thing too. Like, I watched the first episode, and some of these characters, like, so what they do is they'll have like 6 characters, and then like 3 of them get eliminated, and then they add like 4 more. Like, they're adding characters throughout the show goes to. It's like, it's so hard to follow. It's like, well, if you start with how many people and then you add 3 new ones, how do you find a winner of the show? Or there's a point to win, or is it just they have to eventually keep guessing? Because like,
maybe they had to make the season last.
I don't know, man.
Maybe the season would have.
Jesse McCartney was at the.
I love Jesse McCartney.
Yeah. Oh, I love him.
Angel,
I love him too.
Night Angel was Candy Burn. Like, there's really no one really on this show that I would want. It's like watching Dancing with the Stars. Like, I don't ever want to see people dance.
Oh, I like the dance. Well, I wanted to watch when Emmett Smith was on because I'm a huge Cowboys fan. Did not get to watch that season. And
I think 3 Cowboys have been on. Emmett Smith, Deion Sanders.
Yes, and T.O.
T.O. Oh, God. That's just terrible.
Well, yeah, Emmett Smith is where it's at.
Did he stick around way too long,
Emmett Smith.
like he did with his football career?
What? He's like one of our best players. You're just jealous he wasn't on your football team.
That's a good burn. I like
football
that.
team.
Your football team, because that's.
I love. There's like that meme around where it's just like guys make fun of girls into astrology signs and yet turn around and go pick players for their fake football team.
I know, or they're like, then they make jokes about it. Isn't fantasy football just Dungeons and Dragons for dogs?
I love that. Yes, that's good.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
This will definitely get us to Nikolai getting here.
Is it about the Cowboys?
No, definitely not. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on quickly from there. No, Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah. I love
So
it.
I downloaded it today, and I will download the update today. This would be a game you'd be super into.
Yeah, super cute.
You need a Switch. So so I started doing the scuba diver thing, and then I downloaded this app. Remember the one I told you before I was using, the companion app? Well, they updated it, and there's like I have to literally go through everything and add everything into like it tracks everything now.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Like items, clothing, everything.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's awesome.
So how exactly does this Halloween update work?
Oh, so which parts?
Like,
Because there's several parts.
So for example, like the Easter one, you have to shoot. You had to find 4 different style of eggs, whether they be in the sky, the tree, the ground, or the water, and then you combine those 4 eggs to make recipes to unlock the items. So, sorry, I have a burp. I don't even have
A liquid death burp.
Yeah, I have a liquid death burp. I do. My acid reflux.
Liquid death burp. Band name called it.
My acid reflux. I'm probably dying. I have acid reflux
Same.
like all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, how do you go about getting this stuff? So the big thing is candies and pumpkins, right?
Oh, yeah, candies and pumpkins. So you have to grow your pumpkins. You can grow as many pumpkins as you want, make cute little pumpkin patches.
Does that make it easier if you grow a shit ton?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I have to make more pumpkin patches.
Yeah, and they will take, well, I have the golden watering can. So it took my pumpkins like 3 days to grow. But also, now that you update it, the game, the Nook store will sell 1 seasonal item a day. So you can also double up on getting your seasonal items by buying your seasonal item.
How many days into this are we?
6.
So
It started up-
6 items are already been out.
Yes.
I just got the one today where it was a jack-o'-lantern with a hay bale.
Oh, that one's cute. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I got that one today.
I missed today because I didn't get the chance to play before coming here, so I'm gonna be behind today. But yeah, so you can either buy from Nook or Grow, and then collect your DIYs from the sky, or go around to all of your houses. And there's always somebody crafting from 6 a.m. to 12, and then a different villager from 12, I think, to 5 or 6, and then your nighttime crafter.
I have to start doing
from
that too, because
6.
I always ignore my villagers.
Oh, you have to say hi to them every
Yeah,
day
I
and
never
get their
do.
photos and build your friendship points.
Never talk to them.
I talk to them
2 of them came
multiple
run out
times a
to
day.
me. 2 of them, because I haven't played so long. 2 of them ran out to me. And they're like, Tony, I hate to do this, man, but I think I want to leave. And I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna go home.
All right.
Like,
Yeah, I let Lucky leave because I have his picture, and I replaced him with another wolf because I like the wolves.
yeah.
I was sad to lose Lucky, but I have his
They're
picture.
like,
and
I
he
think
was
we're gonna
there.
head out. I'm like, no, you're not.
You're staying. Who
know,
tried to leave?
No, sorry.
My zebra tried to leave. She's not going anywhere. I think my tiger tried to leave. He's not going anywhere. And I think Cherry tried to leave. I was like, no.
Oh no, not Cherry.
I have a monkey on my island who has piss hands.
Yes, I told him that story. It's so gross. It's so nasty.
So
I kick her right out.
There's a breed of monkey in real life that their hands and feet are stained yellow, because what they do is pee on their own hands and feet for whatever reason, and it actually dyes
Probably
their.
just to have their scent on them and.
I don't know, but it actually ends up dyeing their hands and
skin?
feet yellow.
So nasty.
Whoa.
And
That's nasty as hell.
Yes, it is.
And
And
they-
he insisted on keeping her once he heard that.
and
I'm
there's
like,
a monkey
"What?"
they put in the game that's after that breed. So I thought the entire time the monkey was wearing yellow boots and yellow gloves. And she's like, no, that monkey's designed to be like that because the actual monkey in real life pees on their own hands to make them yellow. I was like, I am 100% keeping Piss Hands Monkey.
I love Piss
Disgusting.
Hands. Oh my god.
I don't
wanna
high five her, but
get a whole island of those Piss Hands.
it's just, this is the Piss
There's
Hand
only
Monkey.
one monkey like that.
Oh, they need to
Thank
do an
God.
update.
Everyone
They need
runs
to
over.
do an
No,
update.
I don't want to. I don't want to see any
Send
more
them
of
on my
them.
way. Send
Yeah.
them on my way.
Come live.
Piss
come
Hand
live.
Island.
Piss Hand Island.
That's better be the name of your island when you get one. I better hear that.
Piss Hand Island.
Mine's Gotham.
But it'll be spelled like really like fancy, so people will be like, "Ooh, Passand Island."
Passand.
Oh.
There was a brewery we just had on, and it's like Arsenal, or I forget what the hell the name of the brewery was. Maybe I can find it on tap quick. And Alex said, you have Alex laughing. Alex said, "You're funny, Tony." Oh, stop! My head, I can't fit any more air in this thing.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room for you.
Hold on. What was the name of this brewery? Because we were doing the brewery, and of course, like, people are like, "Oh, be careful what you say." Like, breweries aren't going to invite us. I'm like, listen, either you're going to like, when you meet me, either you love me or you hate me. There's no middle ground. What the
And I'm a firm believer that if somebody meets you and doesn't like you, then I don't like that person.
I mean, I don't.
Their loss.
Yeah.
I don't blame them, to be honest. I'm sometimes too much.
Sometimes.
What the fuck was the name of that brewery?
Oh, and for the candies, while you look up the brewery
Yes,
to
please,
answer
thank
your
you.
other question, you're welcome. You want to collect one candy a day.
Okay, I found it. It's Arsenal or Arsenal
Oh, I heard of them.
Brewworks. And the entire time I was drinking, I was saying, "Oh, this beer by Art is Anal is great."
Artisanal, yeah.
Artisanal. It's ART. ARTIS.
Artisanal.
Artisanal. I was saying this Art is
Artisanal.
brewery is amazing. I was doing this Sean Connery.
I was gonna
Oh, the
say.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
album anal bum covers.
I love Sean Connery.
Name a brewery. Name the brewery who makes green sour apple beer, and it's like the art is anal brewer.
Art is anal.
Oh man, I hope that went over well.
Yeah.
Moo.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't share our post, so I don't think they didn't think it was cute. But I thought it was
That's
fun.
alright.
I want
Oh, well.
I want one of their T-shirts. So if you're keeping a list of every time I say I want a T-shirt, and you're giving me Christmas presents later on as fans, if you can get an Art is Anal Brewworks T-shirt, I'll wear it and I'll put dashes in it.
Let's get a permanent marker right out.
Yeah.
Right all over it, and then send them a picture of that one too. See if they like that post.
Sometimes art is like anal. Or art is, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I think that's kind of, never mind. I was going to say it's paint with poop, but I don't want to.
Oh my God, we're
Poop.
gonna.
Oh, she hates when I like to put U's
Oh.
where my O's are because I think it's funny when you say it like that.
Like when you
And
say bubs instead of
bubs.
boobs.
Oh, okay.
It's like, look at those bubs. And then like, not to you girls, but
Yeah.
to Heidi or something. Yeah, and then like, oh, you're having a poop, and she's like,
Oh, I hate
"Yeah,
that. It
yeah."
goes through me. There's two O's. Say poop, please.
What's worse, poop or moist?
I can do moist.
You can do
The,
moist.
I was like, I can't do the other one.
I know some people get weird about them. Like, it's fucking, who cares?
Yeah,
Moist.
it's weird.
How else do you describe a really tasty brownie?
Really fucking good.
Oh, this brownie's so moist.
This
And they're like,
brownie's so-
"Ooh." I'm like, shut up, grow up.
Yeah, I know some people who get grossed out by that word. It doesn't bother me either. I'm like, it's just a word. It's
not-
just a word.
There's not. Listen, I know there are words out there that are offensive and upset people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people. Like, you can literally. I've been called everything my entire life. I was picked on from the age of birth. So there's nothing you're gonna say to me that I'm like, oh my god, I don't like. Please, like I'm triggered. Like no, dude, I'll find humor in anything. I was called Dark Tony all weekend
Dark
with
Tony.
the other podcast. I'm like, dude, you're fucking dark. I was like, it's my humor, bro. We were talking.
Candy.
bro.
We start talking.
Candy.
We start talking about Cujo. I used to have a dog Cujo, and I was telling them the stories like after he died. Part of my grieving process and like talking about things is kind of like using the dark humor to get through it. So like a day after like our dog died, they had like a Snapchat filter of a Saint Bernard. I don't know why I did this, but like I was like
cope.
I was almost crying in the Snapchat, and I was like, "Hey," I said to Heidi, I was like, "Hi Heidi, I'm Cujo. I am dead," or something stupid, and like sent it to Heidi, and she came home like, "You are a fucking asshole." I was like, "I'm trying to get through it too."
That's how you cope.
That's how I cope.
That's how you cope.
We're all different.
I'm just weird. There's a picture with me, my dad's underwear on my head. I don't make excuses for my behavior.
Such a cute kid. So sweet.
Candies.
We're
back.
All right, welcome back to Animal Crossing World.
Eventually, Nikolai. Eventually, Nikolai will get here. We'll get to this. I'm just trying to milk it as long. I'm just squeezing on that teat. All right.
The candy teeth.
The candy teat. So So pumpkins help you get, and there's 4 different color pumpkins.
Yes, dark orange, like regular orange.
Yeah.
Light orange, white, and green.
Okay.
And
Did you finish all your flowers?
I'm still missing a few.
Okay, because I need some flowers.
Yeah.
Between you and my mom, I need some flowers.
Yeah. I have to send me what flowers you have, and I'll take an inventory, or what flowers you need, and I will take an inventory.
Okay.
I know I don't have very many blue flowers.
Okay.
I'm struggling with those pretty hard.
Yep.
They're the hardest ones to get.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. And I have to get my island up to a 5-star. I eventually have to work on that too.
You have to decorate.
Yeah, it's too much fucking work though.
Mark doesn't like decorating either, and lots of flowers help. So decorating and lots of flowers.
Yeah. Candy.
So the candy, yes, buy each candy a day. So I'm gonna be out for today too. Well, I don't know, depending what time I get home. Oh no, because no closes at 10, so never mind. But yeah, try to get your candy a day, and then you save it, like put it in your storage, because they will only allow you to buy 1 piece of candy a day, so that you can't like hoard it. And then on Halloween night, so I don't know what we're all going to do because, we're going to be at Eastern Penitentiary. I'm going to time travel one time. I don't time travel. That is Animal Crossing cheating, and it's going to...
You're going to do it.
And it's going to kill me.
Look at her.
It's going to kill me. I hate it. I do not play that way. That is a sin in the Animal Crossing.
Why don't you bring your Switch with you?
Well, it's weird. We're going to be socializing.
Hold on.
It's a long car ride.
Well, that's true.
Are we riding up together on a bus?
Yeah.
I'll bring my Switch. We'll play on the bus.
Okay, we could do
It's
that.
a bus ride. I'll be antisocial with you, and we'll what do we have to do with candies now?
So your whole town is out trick-or-treating, and you're going to see Jack, who's really, like, badass. He looks like the...
A pumpkin?
Yeah, he's a pumpkin guy. Did you get your picture in the mail of him?
I might have. I just threw it in my inventory. Every time something gets mailed to me, I just throw it right in my house.
Oh, well, hang him up in your, hang it up in your house to see what he looks like. He's pretty, badass. I have my, Jack poster hanging, and then I take a picture of my, daily Halloween costume, because I'm going to do a different Halloween costume every day.
Are you going to put it on the page?
Oh, I could.
Yeah, put it on the page.
Yeah, that's adorable.
All right, I'll do that. I don't know how many Animal Crossing
If you
I'm sure there's
if you are
plenty.
watching,
I know all of my friends play it, and so I've made them join
he's
this.
the
so.
czar of Halloween. I forgot Jen's a huge Animal Crossing
He is
person,
the
too.
czar of Halloween. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right, Jen. Thank you.
Yeah. We have a Discord, but I don't know how to go about doing it.
I'm not good with Discord.
I'm not trying to make too many things. Let's just make our Facebook group popular first, and then we'll maybe switch
Branch
over to
off from
Discord.
there.
But
Yes.
yeah. So if you are an Animal Crossing player, hit us up, and I think we still have that group chat. I just haven't.
We do.
I haven't been
It's,
in it in
dead.
so long, so I don't know how to I have to search through 8,000 messages before to find where it was. We do have an Animal Crossing group we can invite you to, and we'll revitalize it.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know I've tried to revitalize it. Ben has tried to revitalize it, and then it's just not working. It's
Yeah.
just people leave, and
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's okay.
Fuck this game.
So anyway, so then on Halloween night, all of your little villagers come out. I think they dress up, and they'll do the little Halloween emojis that you'll get. I don't know how we get them yet. I don't know how you get them. I haven't seen them yet, but they are in the update. And then they'll ask you for Halloween candies, or they will haunt you. I have never had an animal haunt me yet, so
I'll hit them with my net right in the face.
maybe they will haunt you then.
Yeah.
And then I guess you'll give everybody the candy, and then if you collect all the DIYs, I think then Jack will give you a
The
special
Halloween
item.
wand. The
Yeah.
wand, probably.
Probably the Halloween wand. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Interesting.
But Jack is really cool.
Jack, is he like just a pumpkin dude?
Yeah, he is. And he has like a purple cape. And you have to look at his picture. He looks really neat.
Interesting.
And he has the grumpy voice. You know how animals have like different voices? So his voice is the voice of the grumpy guy.
Do your Sim voice.
Rips on Newton. Narbo Gazeb.
It does sound like it. Yeah.
G Bobby Blazzle. Like I love doing this in voice. I bother my mom with it all the time, and she's like,
I'm surprised no one has like figured out the the Sims dictionary. Yeah.
Oh my god, I should do that.
Somebody should. I love this.
Why the fuck did they just put actual voice actors in that game
no
yet?
idea.
Like, they're just
It's
like
their
we're not,
sim thing.
Yeah,
You can't change it.
It's like a cult thing now. Where
it's too much.
Just like Animal Crossing, how they have the different voices for the different personalities. They have the sim voices.
Yeah.
Sims. The new Sims should be coming soon. I think they're
Are they
teasing
doing?
it.
Are they doing a Sims 5? I didn't even play my Sims 4 yet. I'm
I
like
just
super
started
behind.
Sims 4. Oh, I
I'm
hear the door.
super behind.
Ooh, I think he's here.
Dun dun dun.
He's here all the way from Halloweentown, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you've been waiting
He
for.
plays like the theme song.
The new mayor, since the other mayor is a piece of garbage.
Hello.
There he is. How's?
Whispers from the
Huh?
door.
He's here. Don't speak his name. I like the shirt.
Creep.
The
That
creep
is a cool
show.
shirt.
The Fright Rags.
For the- yeah, for the new TV show.
Your mic's turned off, so you just turn that off.
Okay.
We'll do a quick mic check on you.
Okay.
They hear you. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Look at that. I already nailed it. I knew exactly where you were going to be.
Sure.
So how was work?
Well,
Can you tell your story? What happened to you?
I can.
Please do
Because
that.
I have another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm going to start
boy.
with that one first,
Okay.
the one that happened tonight. I'm not going to say where I work just because of legal things.
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So tonight I was stocking a shelf. I will tell you I work at a grocery store. And there was this lady. It was getting close to the end of the night, and I was standing right next to her, and she was struggling to get something from a higher shelf.
I'm just funny because you're not helping.
Right. I am 5'4", for those of you who do not know.
You're like, you're on your own, lady.
well-
Well, just let me get on your shoulders.
Hoist
No.
you up.
She was like trying to bat it down with a box of Rice Krispies, whatever the thing was. And
Crafty.
I'm like, okay, she says you're being crafty, and I was there long enough that it was awkward for me not to ask her if she needed help.
You should have Macaulay Culkin and climbed up like Buzz's.
Well, I was gonna climb up or get a cart or something, and I was like, so do you need help? And she was like, I'm taller than you, so no.
At least you offer.
Right. And I was like, thanks for being an ass.
I'm taller than you, so no.
I would have
Well, then
died
fuck you,
laughing.
too.
I love that
If
shit.
I was your,
I was like, I could get a cart, and she's like, it'll take too long. I'm like, okay, well then have fun.
just like,
All
what,
right,
what
fuck
am I
me
gonna do?
then.
Boost you up? Get your
Would you like a boost?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could you
God
imagine the
love
workers'
ya.
comp claim because you ripped the whole shelf down climbing it like Macaulay Culkin?
I've climbed shelves.
I've
there
done
before,
that
and it's
too.
fine.
I've done that too because I'm a
Yeah.
a
They also
quarter of
say
an inch
don't
shorter
stand
than
on
you.
pallets, and the things that are on the pallets, there's like, for instance, like the dog food and stuff that we get, there's like 50-pound
I'm sorry.
bags
They're saying that.
on there per
So
thing,
funny.
right? And there's about 25 of those 50-pound bags, and they're like, you can't stand on them. I'm like, that pallet
Like
weighs
hell I am.
4 or 5 times more than I do. I can stand on it. I'm sorry.
Like hell I can.
And then so that story is offensive, but it's understandable.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I mean,
But
I'm
also
trying to be
rude.
helpful,
Yes.
so I don't need to hear that.
Welcome to customer service, right?
Now the second story,
Because
I would have
also,
spit on somebody.
yeah. Also, though, if I wouldn't have offered to help her and someone would have, or she would have complained or whatever. be
Nobody
like,
helped me.
Yeah, no one helped me.
I'd have been like, I'm shorter than her. I would have been no help.
Yeah. So I had someone last week.
This is
Um,
fucking crazy. This
they-
would get me fired.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
I had to hold a lot back.
Oh my goodness.
So I figured I'd start with the light story first.
Light stories are good.
So I was putting some stuff out, and I am new to this. Like I have obviously I shop at this store, but I don't necessarily know where every little thing is in each aisle. So I was in the baking aisle, and I was like, "Oh, this item is actually in the baking aisle." And when I told these two girls this, because they were looking for something with coconut for baking for their mom or something, They didn't really even know what they were looking for.
Seems legit.
Yeah. So I was like,
It's
okay.
weird because they're girls and they bake.
Well, I was like,
I was like,
I'm sorry.
I was like, do I respond to that or just?
Because he's doing some shit because he always goes,
I saw his facial
I threw
expression.
the-
I'm
I
like,
threw
I
the-
will ignore.
I threw the fishing line out, see if anyone bite on it.
I chose to ignore because I saw
Smart.
the face. I saw
Smart.
the face.
Smart move.
go ahead.
so they asked for help. And I was like, okay, well, I am new, so it's probably going to take me a couple minutes to find what you're looking for. And they're like, oh, we need shavings. They found out. And I was like, okay, well, it should be in this aisle. And they're like, okay, well, you're the employee, so go get it. I was like, okay, so we're going to start
Rude.
this off this way.
Yeah.
Because I was going to go help them get it to start with. So it didn't matter either way. But then I'm looking around for it. And the girl who said this comment pulled out her phone. Now, I didn't look at her or anything. I just saw this from the corner of my eye. I don't know if she was on, like, FaceTime or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever it was. But she was like, oh, we're in the baking aisle. We're looking for shaved coconut stuff. And this guy's going to help us. And it looked like she turned the camera to me. And she's like, having trouble finding it? And I did not answer because I really hate those kind of people who whip their phone out for every little thing. And then the other girl looked right next to her and was like, oh, here it is. And then that same girl with the phone, and she's basically the thing for all of this. She was like, thanks for not helping or whatever. I don't remember exactly what she said. But as she was leaving the house, she's like, thanks, butt slut. And then left. I was like, oh, okay.
That's rude.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just
People
like,
have such chips on their shoulders. What the
Yeah.
hell is wrong with them?
Thanks, butt slut.
Butt slut.
yeah. Oh, thanks for nothing.
Thanks for
Thanks
nothing.
for nothing, butt slut.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing, butt slut. You're on TikTok. And I was like, cool, put this on TikTok. Have a fucking bite.
Pick up that 50-pound bag of dog food.
No, I
Just
would've-
like throw it out.
You were in the baking aisle. I would have gotten
Yeah.
a bag of flour.
Yeah.
I would have been like, come here. And I would have opened it over her head.
Yeah, but see, this is an FYE.
And
We
then I
can't
would
do
have
that.
taken my stupid vest off and I would have put it on the ground and been like, worth it, and left.
See, those thoughts did cross my mind of like saying something and be like, "Oh, you can't say that. Well, fuck you. I quit. Now I can say whatever the fuck I want to you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The bag of flour would have been funnier.
Yeah.
And then I would have thrown the $3 on the ground for it.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That's
Charge
awful.
God love you.
it. Take it out of my pay.
Sucks.
I'm
And I've only been at this place for 2.5 weeks.
Oh
at
my
this point.
God.
That's
So
awful.
hitting those strides so early is
Oh
it's
yeah.
great.
When
Yeah.
I was in high school, I was at a grocery store that may be the same one. And these, you know how people were doing like, it was like a big thing for our senior classes and like schools where they did like a senior scavenger hunt where you had to go around and do like stupid tasks and videotape it.
Oh yeah.
So me and my buddy Tony were at, I think it was me and Tony. We were at this grocery store that may or may not be the same one. And a girl came up to me and she's like, "Can you do me a favor? Can you do like a commercial with this condom with me?" And I was like in public? And she's like, "No, like just talk about it." I was like, "Oh, that talk about it." My bad. Like she I flipped it on her. Like I was like, "You want me to use it on camera? Like what are we doing here?" Like, and she's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Yeah, get away from me."
Get away.
I think I opened it and blew it up and like bopped her with it and walked away or something stupid. Yeah,
Ay, ay,
powdered
ay.
sugar. Yeah, I would have dumped it all over her head.
God
So
love ya.
I guess be kind for whoever's watching this.
yeah,
Those
just-
people
just
are
be
not there
kind.
You know what's-
necessarily because
you know
they
what's
want
weird,
to
though?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have a few
Mhm.
experiences at my short stint of FYE working a register and dealing with actual customers where somebody was rude. And it's funny because like my personality, if it happened, I like, oh, I would just do this. And then it happened and I was just like, I was so taken back by it. All I did was just laugh. Like I wasn't even offended that it happened.
But at the same time, it's like I've had those situations at FYE, and I'd just be like, "Get the fuck out!"
yeah,
Like without a thought in my mind, be like, "Get out!"
Yeah.
Or like somebody was being rude to Kayla, who was a manager at the one point, and they're like, "Well, can you check me out?" And I was like, "No," because she said to get out.
Yeah.
So go.
Bye.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Bye.
I had a
I
guy
have
come up
no-
to because he got
Oh.
he got something off the table that was like up to 30% off.
Yeah. It's 30% off, right?
Yeah, and he came up and said it was 30%. And it was like, what's the memory game where you push the colors?
Oh,
Simon Says.
Yes, Simon
Yeah.
Says.
It was a Simon Says game, and he came up and he's like, I rang it up and he goes, "Why is that much?" And I said, "Because the register said so."
And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know, dude. I just fucking scan it.
Oh.
And then whatever it says, I tell you, and then you give me the thing, and then I put it, and then that's how we do this. And he's just like, but it says up to 30% off. And I went, or he
Up
goes, it says 30% off. And I think it was either Kayla or Serena who would like were like where they were gangsters there, like they didn't play no games. What's going on here? Do I have a hair? Like all my hairs are falling out of my hat.
I don't see anything.
I don't know, something started touching my face. I start freaking out. Grow my hair back long, and I'm not used to it again, so I'm like getting prepared.
I was thinking ghost too.
Yeah,
Ghost.
it's a spooky ghost. All right, it's gone. So it was my hair coming out of my hat. So she was like, it says up to 30% off, and the guy goes, well, what? Like he started like freaking out.
Oh
and
my
then,
god.
And then like they're like arguing.
Just put it back.
They're
at
like
that point,
arguing
man.
through me,
Like, go
and
away
then
already.
and then I just like I was like, so do we want Simon Says? Or? I was like, no, I don't want it. I was like, excuse me, I have to speak to my manager. I don't know how to get this off my thing. Hey, can you get this off my thing? Like I was just so dry. Like I would purposely go to work, and like you know how they sold like stylish glasses.
Yes.
So every now and then we'd get glasses that weren't like they were fake glasses, but
Yes,
not
I
sunglasses,
remember. Mhm.
and they always had One Direction ones. So
I love One
would.
Direction.
I would
actually.
go with the tag would still be on it the whole day, and I would put them on and I'd wear them my whole shift.
Did you wear
What a
Harry
shithead.
Styles or like Liam?
They
Or
were
Niall.
just black rimmed glasses, and they said 1D on them,
Oh, okay.
and I would just wear them my whole shift at work.
I'm very disappointed they weren't separated by member.
No, they were just regular glasses with the
This
logo
is
on
very upsetting.
it. And then
I'd like to complain to
I'm
your
mad.
manager.
Kayla, and then
Kayla.
and then there's a few times because I like worked in. I don't want to be. I'm not being rude, but maybe it's gonna come off rude. But I was actually working like a job that was like paying my bills, and FOIE was just kind of like to hang out and with my friends and get a discount.
Yeah,
So I didn't
love
really,
that.
I didn't take it very serious.
I can see.
And I just remember being like me and this one dude who worked there who was like that's how he paid his bills, which is kind of crazy. And we'd be like, Nicola, I think it was you or Kayla, and we're like. We'll be right back. We're gonna go get our lunch. And he's like, "What do you mean?" Like we ordered food. And
You
we're
just went to the bar and left me there, you assholes.
in
Oh my
on
god!
company time. We're doing shots
Yeah,
at the bar.
They came back drunk.
What is wrong with
You're
you?
such a shithead.
It was the best day of work ever.
Gone for like
For
45
you.
minutes.
Came back with
Poor Nikolai.
came back with an order of mozzarella sticks and
hammered.
six shots deep.
At
Did you at least offer him a mozzarella stick?
I was just gonna say the
think
same
so.
thing.
I think
Are
so.
you reading my mind?
Yeah.
I know it.
I think I gave you a mozzarella.
I could
stick.
tell.
I don't know.
Heidi's been on a kick lately because she's found out like Sugi Liz from the mall is
Mhm.
right by Redner's, so she's been getting pizza all like every time we order pizza, it's
They
from
got
there.
grilled cheese?
Do they used to have grilled cheese there?
No. Do they still have it?
I don't know.
That's the only reason I go there.
We'd have to find out.
Hey,
Maybe
grilled
next time
cheese
you're coming
is
over,
nice.
we'll have to order. If they do it, we'll order a grilled cheese and have it ready here for you.
Oh, okay.
I think you owe him that. Maybe like 5 orders of grilled cheese,
We-
showing up drunk on his shift.
We didn't show up drunk. We were
No.
already at work
Well,
and
They
then came
left
back.
work.
I know
Left to
that.
get
I
drunk
just
and then
phrased
showed
it
up
wrong. I
again.
apologize. You can complain to my manager. But she's probably not going to answer you.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who you are.
But they used to they used to mess me over, fuck me over real bad at that job because like I would come in on either Saturday or Sunday.
Sounds like it was rightfully deserved.
Listen,
I'm just
Tony.
saying.
No.
I think she
Those
read my mind
CDs had your
again.
name on it.
They would wait, like so they would work. All like the 5 people who worked there would wait all week. Like the shipments would come in Monday or Tuesday.
No, it came in Thursday.
Some not always, but all right. They would
Yeah,
work the whole
it's
week
Thursday.
and stockpile trade-ins and keep putting them in a huge pile in the back.
Mhm.
And then when it was day like the T-shirt wall day or it was take the huge stack of CDs day, they were the days Tony was working. I was like, yo, assholes, I'm not here to actually work. Like,
Listen, we
Well,
did
I
all
mean,
the
they
other
thought you
boxes
were.
that had all the cool trend stuff.
yeah.
Which
So
we
they
bought.
they did the cool trend things. They did
That's
the
what
cool trend
happens.
things, and they would stockpile. That was the only thing I do miss about that job is you know how I had a huge pop collection and
Yes.
that's what got
Oh
me
my
this
gosh.
podcast. Dude, pops would come in and like they would be like the chases or the exclusives, and we're like,
Uh-huh.
well, these go on the shelves, and then. You remember FYE in the very back had another section where,
I do.
and then it was walled off where you weren't
Mhm.
allowed back there no more.
Yeah.
The reason it was walled off is because that was then the storage area for the shit we didn't want to put out because we wanted to
We
buy.
wanted it.
Is that why?
I love
Yeah.
that.
No, they
So
wanted
uncool.
to downsize the store. like a legit reason anyway. They wanted to downsize the store.
So you know the the cupboards and stuff that were there.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
There was cupboards. Each member
Oh
of
yeah, there was stuff.
they had their own
cabinets,
cupboard.
yeah.
Like that's Tony's cupboard, and it would be filled. Everyone's cupboard would be filled with DVDs or pop vinyls.
Cheaters.
Like
Yeah.
when this goes on sale, I'm getting it, and then we'd put it in there, and it would go on sale, and we pull it out.
I love that.
Well, I guess that's the perk of being an FIE worker.
At
Not
one point in
anymore.
time.
It's closed.
Not anymore. It was close. Went out
Well-
of business. Don't know why.
Oh, I'm not gonna bring that story up. That could get us in trouble.
Really?
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
Oh yeah, legal reasons because they are still open, right? Yeah.
No. This particular story could get us in trouble, so I'm gonna skip that story.
Well,
But
tell me
they're-
off the podcast.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, yeah.
What about when
later.
people would trade in movies and it would have codes in it that weren't used?
I mean, there's
That's
no.
their choice.
Yeah,
right?
but when you trade in used items at FYE, there's no guarantee. that
Or
there's
when they
gonna
send
be
you
a-
15 codes for a pre-order of a movie?
We always pre-ordered those though.
Well, I'm
At least I
saying
did.
like customers only did like 4 of them, and then we had like 9 extras that were going to go bad in 2 days because the pre-orders were coming.
Yeah.
And then those would go on a Voodoo account,
Yes, they would.
Well, I mean that's the risk. I mean,
and
You
we'd see
take
it like
what's
3
fine
days early.
pre-ordered.
We're like, but it's helping us because as employees we can then recommend the movie to the customers.
It's like that. It's like that gift.
yeah, I like
My
that
favorite
meme.
though was finding stuff stolen
Yeah.
Ooh,
because it's like, man, they're
You had to
fucking
report that.
good. They're no.
no, you didn't have to report that.
I mean, I didn't report it. I just like
we
we just
threw it in a bin.
yeah, we had a bin that was like stolen shit.
oh,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was so this is how I learned about the shelves. So I started working there, and I wanted the Batman 66 Special Edition collection,
Mm-hmm.
and it came with like a toy car, a pack of cards, and then like the box set of the DVDs. And we only had one left, and I was like, I'm just gonna let it sit there. I'm not gonna mess with it. No one's ever buying this thing. It was like $100 and some bucks, but I knew the sales were coming up, and then the sale would actually stack with your employee sale or something like that. Or Frankenstein helped us. With a dude named Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yeah, and he looked like he spent a lot of money at the store.
What's your name? Frankenstein.
We actually hang out with him still, and then like we start hanging out with him. I was like, dude, you don't realize how much stuff you bought at FYE. And he's like, why? I'm like, because if there was times where we didn't have our discount card, your name was just the funniest one to remember. And we like, what's up, Frankenstein? We're like, Frankenstein's discount. I think we renewed his card for him sometimes. Like we would
Yeah,
actually
we did,
pay.
yeah.
And he'd be like,
Do you
paid
need to
for it,
use
yeah.
it?
yeah, he'd be like, yeah, I'm still like an FYE member. Like, yeah, dude. Like,
You're
we
good.
would pay it for him. But yeah, so someone stole the DVDs out of it, and I went to like the day I went to buy it. Brian's like, dude, it's cut open, and we opened it. I was like, they fucking stole it.
Well,
Oh
that's
my
why they
God.
blocked off that back corner because that's where a lot of the theft happened. They would take the
Mm.
stuff from random parts in the store and then take it to that
Take it
corner.
so that nobody can see them.
Where now where it happened was back where the posters were.
Yeah.
They would take it back to the posters,
mm-hmm.
the porn section.
that moved.
It
couple
used to be the
times.
porn section,
Yeah.
and then it became the poster toy section. Fun fact about that
Weird,
posters.
weird transition.
Yeah.
There's
Very
a
weird.
secret hole behind the posters.
Yeah, so if you slid the posters out, back in the day, there used to be a TV that went in there.
it's still there.
The TV?
The TV
Well, the-
was still there.
yeah, the
You have
TV
to constantly remove it to get in through the hole.
So the TV now was gone when I was seeing it.
Oh, okay.
So the mall's not there, so we could tell this story. So if you slid that poster out, there was a hole where the TV went, and that was like a little sitting room where kids can like watch, or you could watch movies and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Mm.
So they removed the. So if you climbed
Yeah.
through the hole where the
They
TV
sent me
was,
in as a guinea pig
yeah,
through the hole, and I found a door that had a latch on it that I had to take a screwdriver to like.
it was like a secret
like,
spot of the mall
rusted
that
shut.
wasn't used anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
And when you open it up, it's the back room of McDonald's.
oh.
It was
There's like a old McDonald's safe and
I
stuff
remember
there.
in McDonald's when it
What?
was
Yeah.
there.
It was
yeah.
the back room for McDonald's.
I
It was
remember.
it was 2 hallways, and then it was like an employees' lounge where you could hang out too. It was like 2 or 3. There was 2 rooms back there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there was no power to it. There was no lights. It was
Oh.
like that section of the wall they built, like they walled it off that you couldn't go in there anymore, and it was just like a forgotten section of the mall that
Of the
nobody went
wall.
in.
Yeah.
That's
We-
super cool.
We actually joked around about like one night just camping in there. And just
I
like, spending the
would've.
night
Camping in the
hall.
mall,
Yeah.
like when it was
That's
closed.
so cool.
We should have fucking did that before
I
it
know.
closed.
Oh, what a bummer.
We fucked up.
We did.
Could have podcasted back there.
Oh, a little late.
Yeah,
We could
That's where they
podcast
found-
on the ashes.
that's that's where they found Virgil's body. Virgil's not really dead, but the wrestler who like lived at the mall for 2 years and signed autographs every day.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Virgil.
All right,
Halloweentown
we've
time.
made it. Halloweentown time. Let's talk about it. So
Tony hated it.
I don't know. Did I? That's what we're
See,
here to
that's
find
what
out.
I thought too, but he says maybe not. He
Okay.
Maybe
alluded.
not. So let me pull up Halloweentown. Nikolai, tell us why you picked Halloweentown.
Okay, so growing up, I really loved that movie, and I really loved the aspect. Like today, I mean, back then not so much, but like today we live in when a movie comes out, it's all CG,
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like
Mhm.
actors stand on a blue screen half the time or whatever. But like, I really liked this because they picked a town and they built a Halloween
A
town.
universe.
Yeah, they built this universe where it's still celebrated today in that town
Yeah.
every year and stuff. They kind of like they bring the big jack-o'-lantern back in and stuff, and they do this really cool thing.
Oh, in the real town.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the actual town. It's in Oregon, I believe.
Hmm.
So you can go visit them I mean, maybe not this year, but most years they have it all set up and stuff. But I really love that, like, the whole idea of like going to this other world where all the monsters eventually get pushed to. Like at one point they were all among us, and then it was
Yep.
like, all right, well we need our own world, and now it's just a bus ride away.
Well, there's a little more to that. The reason they went and lived in a different society is because humans deemed them as evil,
Right, and they wanted to
Mhm.
destroy them.
and
Right.
wanted to destroy them, which then turned the creatures into vicious beings, and that's not their nature.
Right, and I really liked that look.
So
at
they
things.
had to
Mhm.
leave so they didn't hurt us
Right,
because we were making them
Because
angry.
they very easily could.
Yeah.
right.
So we were making them. It was getting to the point where we were attacking and killing. Like they kind of hinted at like the witches and stuff, like the Salem witch trials and stuff, which is cool
Yeah.
because we talked about that on the other
Mhm.
podcast. But like they were hurting and attacking these monsters and these creatures,
Right.
and they were just like, "Yo, either we leave or we kill all these fucking things and make this. We just take it our own." So they just decided to then make their own universe and go there and live, which
Right.
I thought was a cool concept. So I will
Yeah.
give the
Yeah.
movie props there.
Mhm.
I like the purpose behind that.
Yeah,
But-
and they probably didn't want to be away from what they were either. Like like be
Right.
not genuine to themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is what
And
they're
it's nice that in that world they're not too far apart from what we do. Like they go to the dentist, they go to the gym, and all this
Oh,
kind of
that
stuff.
dentist always scares me.
Ugh.
I am the tooth fairy.
But I
I
really
liked
like that the whole movie it's all real. Like there's no CGI makeup
It's
and
it's
stuff.
just
Like yeah,
Actual
the
makeup
creatures are
and masks.
actually there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's not something that it's like here's this ball on a stick, talk to it, and then we'll put it in later.
Yeah.
And I really like those kind of things.
Yeah. So the one thing I did make watching with her at like 1 a.m. helped. I think I have maybe a beer or two deep as well.
Oh, good.
So that helped.
So yeah.
If I had to watch it by myself, I'd probably be a lot harder on it. But I was also watching it, but I was also trying to I was watching it and playing on my phone. I'm not gonna lie, so I had to do a little bit.
You
of
were
that.
every now and again, I'd be like, "Oh, look at this party's coming up," and you'd be like,
Yeah. So I wasn't. I'm not saying I gave it my full attention, but I watched enough of it. But the one thing that I was laughing because one of those things that you like working with you on a possible film at one point in time and learning about like the insides of what's going in films and like what extras go through and shit. There was a scene where there was somebody that looked like they were in a makeup costume prosthetic room for like fucking 8 hours to be this creature,
"It's like a
Yeah.
blue." It was like a blue goblin.
and all they did was stand there and clap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
While a guy in the background literally just had cat paint on his face and a little black nose and fangs, and he did the same thing as someone who probably sat in a makeup chair for 9 hours.
Yeah.
I would have been like, these poor fucking extras were probably paid a hot dog and a handshake and had to sit through $9, like 9 hours of makeup to literally be in the background and go,
At the
That's
same
beautiful,
time,
though.
though, as an actor, I would have loved that.
Same.
I would have done
like,
it.
Not
Same.
necessarily
I
the
don't
part
act.
about sitting in there for 9 hours. In
did
a
you ever
chair.
watch someone get prosthetic makeup put on?
I did, yeah.
I watched.
Yeah.
I watched time
Walking
lapses
Dead.
of Doug Jones all the
Are
time.
you
Yeah.
claustrophobic?
Doug Jones is cool.
I love Doug Jones.
Mm-mm. Occasionally.
Could
it
you
depends on
could
the
you imagine where
situation.
they just put cotton balls in your nose and you had to breathe through a straw and they literally cover every orifice of your face with mold?
I don't
and
know
you
if they
breathe
would have
through-
done that.
and you
though,
breathe through
for
a
these
straw,
guys, 'cause
just-
their
No, probably
their
not.
makeups
The-
were
the-
really bulky
The
for
one,
the most
the
part.
one girl, the
Yeah.
lady who was in the blue looked like she had a full cast on her face.
I mean, there might be
A lot of
every
them
so often, yeah.
were masks that would the prosthetics would come over their eyes and nose, but then it would
Makeup.
They would have,
like there was the
scene-
werewolf and like the
Yeah.
cat, and like a lot of them would just come here and then it would just be the mouth, so like they could still talk and it wouldn't look like
Yeah.
like a lot
Like-
of the other ones did.
Some of them looked fantastic though.
Now
They
I don't
did.
know if you noticed
For the
this
90s.
at all
Mhm.
though, There's like a gremlin type faced character that
Yes. I think
I
walks
saw the
by in the
gremlin.
background when
He's
they
in-
first get into town.
He's in the bus with them.
Yes.
Yes.
But in this particular shot, I don't know if they intended it this way or they ran out of time, but I laugh every time I see it because it's just not right. You see this gremlin character walking behind the kids as they arrive, and he's all gremlined up, and then you look at his arms and the rest of him, nothing.
No.
Oh.
And it's right there. Like, now that if you rewatch it, you'll be like, oh, now it's going to stick out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember him being on the bus. I'm like, oh, he looks
Yeah.
exactly like a gremlin, like his ears and everything.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
I just saw his face. I don't think I saw the
Right.
rest of him.
Well, that's what I mean. Later on, he's a random background character that walks by
Just
behind
arms.
them, and you really just see like from the side slightly, and then it's mostly his back from then on out. But you just see his full arms
Yeah.
that have nothing on them, and
Is
it just
he-
makes me laugh.
All right,
Is he
so
half human, half gremlin?
Maybe.
so Halloween,
Gremlin from the neck up.
That's right.
Halloweentown,
Grem human.
a TV PG movie in 1998. It's in 1 hour, 24-minute runtime movie. The only thing they have for description is after learning she's a witch, a girl helps save a town full of other supernatural creatures. The worst write-up ever. They literally did nothing there to
I
describe
saw
anything.
that. Yep.
Sex and nudity, none. Violence and gore, mild.
Well, it is Disney.
Profanity,
Never know.
none. Change that.
Wiener.
Mild. Mild. Drug, alcohol, and smoking, none.
They were smoking.
I feel
Somebody
like-
was
I
smoking.
feel
I
like
thought there were,
somebody
yeah,
smoked.
I thought somebody did smoke. Yeah, Mom did. April O'Neil.
Yeah, April O'Neil was the mother. Frightening and intense scenes, mild. Yeah, the one. The movie theater scene.
Yeah, it was going to be scary for kids.
Yeah, so the one kid in the movie, they call him
my
a
gosh.
wiener like 5 times.
Oh, that kid. I was like,
Well,
are you
'cause-
making fun of
Oh,
Dylan
that
already?
Luke dude.
She's the one
He's
who's
a
like-
wiener.
Luke's a wiener.
And they just keep running with it. They just had to throw it in there as many times as they could.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many times are they going to throw this in here
And
with,
then-
this movie rating? They're
And
just
then
trying
poor
to get away
Luke,
with it.
he comes back to his normal form, and his nose looks like a wiener.
That's why they call him that.
Yeah.
Didn't you know?
That's
All right, so here's some movie. We'll do that last. All right, so movie starts. Kids hate their mom. The son.
Well, not all of them. Yeah.
the son
the
just
son-
No,
loves
the
her.
oldest one is just like, I'm 13. I'm an adult now, Mom.
Yeah.
I do whatever I want, whenever I want.
What's the psychic
Sophie?
the psychological complex where you are in love with your mother, like
Oh,
to a weird-
Oedipal
Oedipus-
complex.
Oedipus complex, yeah.
that kid has some Oedipus complex. Like
Yep.
he loved his mom a little too much,
Oh yeah.
and he had the
Praised the ground
stupidest
all the
cow
time.
lick in his fucking head.
Oh, that hair is awful. I was like, what
It was
is
only in that
going
one
on?
scene because after the rest of the movie, his hair was like he had normal bangs.
Yeah.
It's still
I mean,
bad,
I've
though.
seen him
That's some bad hair.
later on.
Oh, he's
and
creepy
he does
looking.
not have that cowlick.
Yeah, and he did not
He
age
pulled
well.
up the picture, and then later and was like, well, he got it fixed, but it's still a little messed up.
Yeah,
It's
I was
not
like, he's a
some.
actually the
some bad
He
dude.
was in
hair.
all of them.
Yeah,
actually.
and the kid who played the bully, we googled him when he got older. He was a good looking kid then.
Yeah, the guy that played Luke. Mhm.
Yeah, he became a good looking kid. Yeah, so grandmother comes.
who, by the way,
is a witch.
is Debbie Reynolds.
Yep.
For those of you who
Oh,
don't know.
I did not
who
know.
is, I'm just going to say Leia's mom.
Mhm.
So,
In
what
Star
is
Wars.
her actual, yeah, in Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Mhm.
What's her
Um,
actual name? I can't think of it.
I
Carrie
don't know.
Fisher. That's
Carrie
her name.
Fisher's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Carrie
sorry.
Fisher's actual mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's her
Yep,
mom.
Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, that would be her.
Interesting. She has very tight lips over her teeth when she talks in the movie.
Mhm. It's like,
Everything is so tight right in her face. Like she has very tight lips around her. Anyway, she's
You
like
do not insult Carrie Fisher's family in my
she has
presence.
skinwalker lips. Like
I
they
do not care. That is royalty. That
Um,
is royalty.
She was very good in the movie though. She was
She
good.
was.
great.
She was probably the best actor in the movie.
Mhm.
Besides
Because
the
she's royalty.
besides the taxi cab driver.
Benny.
Benny. Get
So
in the car with his arm.
come on in the car, kids. We just poked fun at it the whole time, but we
It
had
was
fun.
funny.
We had fun doing it.
No, Benny's a fun character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else was in the movie that I thought was the fucking mayor or the villain dude?
Oh, he was
He's
weird.
trying to get with Mom right in front of the kids, and he just walks by. Hey, kids.
So inappropriate.
It's like, you used to like when I did this magic, and blah, blah, blah,
She's like,
blah.
hi, these are my children. I have a dead
And
husband.
he's just like, hi, kids. Anyway, remember back in the day when we and she was
He's
like,
like,
ah.
Remember that time you played with my magical stuff?
So creepy.
Yeah.
Calabar.
Disgusting. I knew he was the bad guy from the beginning.
Absolutely. I mean,
There was no hiding that.
the movie was pretty
It was
predictable.
that hair.
Yeah.
It was that
And
hair.
then
His
his
creepiness.
the worst acting out of that gentleman. Like, did he get any other jobs ever?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, he was-
Creepiness
he's a-
factor.
I've only seen him in Halloween.
Here,
we
what
want to
was it?
redo the Halloweentown, and he wants to be Calabar just so he can be like, "Oh, you can't."
You got me! You got me! You hit me with your wand! And then when he's the monster, and he's just like, he does that weird look when they come in. He's like,
Yep.
I was fucking crying laughing. I was like, who shot that? Like,
That's so good. That's that late '90s
that's
feel
gonna be
for you,
clipped too.
man.
Someone's gonna clip that shit.
I hope so.
I'm gonna look up him.
Grandma's going with the wiener dude.
I want to see if he was in anything else. Probably not.
Yeah, we were kind of looking through some of the actors, and not many of them. I mean, the only thing else I seen the girl in was April. She was April O'Neil in Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
So all right, so
Oh, he was in other stuff.
trivia for this movie. So this is what we want. I want to add to this. So IMDb has like trivia and some quotes. So I want to go through some of that when we do a movie. St. Helens, Oregon, is where the original Halloweentown was filmed, and they welcome tourists. In fact, they have a month-long Spirit of Halloween event to celebrate the October holiday and allow fans of the movie to explore the town. They even try to recreate parts of the set, like the giant jack-o'-lantern in Town Square. According to Kimberly J. Brown, the flaming hair dryer that she accidentally picks up is actually a real was actually real with flames, and there was no special effects involved.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
obviously, you shouldn't hand a child a flame, like a flamethrower.
Unless you're a
but-
Disney actor, then all bets are off.
Despite there being 4 Disney Channel movies in the Halloweentown series, many of the actors only appeared in a couple of them. Only Debbie Reynolds, who played Agatha Cornwell, Judith Haug, who played Gwen, and Zoe Zimmerman, who played Dylan, are credited for appearing in all of the Halloweentown titles. This was Kimberly J. Brown's first Disney Channel movie. You might have to move your phone. It's clicking.
Oh.
Like, no, away from the board.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes it's been doing that lately.
Sometimes
With
that happens.
yeah. Jim Becker was supposed to play the ice cream shop Yeti. Rogan, Peter, and Jim arrived at wardrobe fitting at the same time, and the costumers found that Jim did not fit the Yeti costume, and Roger did. So he became the Yeti, and Jim was then the dapper mayor.
See, I don't understand that because that's not the actor who plays the mayor.
What do you mean?
That's not. I looked that up because I did read that myself.
So Jim,
That is not
So
the
the guy
actual
who was
actor
the guy who was supposed to be
Who
the
plays
Yeti
Calabar.
was supposed to be
Yeah.
so the guy who played the mayor was supposed to be a Yeti, but then the guy who
Right.
two
but
different
the-
actors.
But the
went-
names that they have listed, neither of them are the guy who plays Calabar.
Oh, really?
Calabar is
Yeah.
Robin Thomas.
Yeah.
He's
makes
in
sense.
137 things, just so you guys know. 137 things.
That's interesting. So I don't know why they put that in there. We'll disregard that. Judith Hogg had to miss the premiere of her own movie because she was making Armageddon. Oh, so the daughter was the daughter in Armageddon then too. One of the kids in Armageddon, I believe. Yeah, to make this film. Coincidentally, Debbie Reynolds' late close friend Agnes Moorehead was called
Agnes.
Agnes was also called Aggie and also played a magical grandmother in Bewitched. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting here. 'cause
There's
Wait,
Um,
who was also in Bewitched? Which
well,
one?
here you read these. It was just your,
What?
this is
I
your.
think it was the
this
character
is your
name
movie
of
thing.
Agnes.
So you tell us things about it.
Oh,
Of
okay.
Aggie.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, I already
Okay.
read them, so
Yeah.
I could just tell you.
Well, you can go through them.
Agnes's house. If you go to that place, you can. It's a Airbnb now.
Interesting.
So in Oregon, if you want to go stay at her house for the interior
We going?
part, I mean, I'd definitely be interested.
Same.
Are we all chipping in for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house?
Oh
Could you
God.
imagine podcasting in that living room.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah,
That's not in Philly. Oh, guess no, it wouldn't be because he came from Philly too.
it's in Bel-Air.
Sorry, blonde moment.
So I think this is cool. So the writer, actually, the reason why it's Marnie, Dylan, and Sophie, he actually took his 3 kids' names and put them in the movie.
Aw,
Ooh,
that's
Nice.
sweet.
So I thought that
I
was
love little things like
really
that.
cool.
I also love the name Marnie.
I like that name too. It's really unique
Mhm.
and very cute.
Yeah.
Marnie. Sounds like you get picked on in school for that name, though.
Well, then you
I don't
teach your
think
kid to
so.
beat people up.
She's a witch, so she's good.
You
Yeah.
punch him in the wiener.
That's right in the wiener.
Benny wasn't actually a person. He was all robot.
What?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, the
The-
skeleton.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering. I didn't think he was a person.
You mean
yeah.
that wasn't a person movement?
I didn't think so.
Oh,
but
no,
you
the
never
dog.
know. You never know.
Not the dog.
Not that dog.
So Marnie
He's
wasn't
gonna
played
bite
by
my
the same
bone.
actress then. Marnie wasn't played by the same actress.
The
And all-
main grandmother.
No, the kid.
The main
Oh,
main
no,
daughter.
No, I think the main daughter changed.
I was wondering if she was
What?
the
The
same.
main daughter? Oh yeah, she changed 3. I want to say.
She changed 3 times.
I
No,
thought-
no,
I
it
thought-
was
Wasn't she
in
there
part
for?
3.
She was there for Calabar's Revenge, right?
Yeah, she was there, and
That's what I
then it
thought.
was the college one is when it switches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the little girl in it was the girl from Matilda at first.
No,
No, different girl.
she was real cute though.
So apparently, Debbie Reynolds descends from the bus carrying her Halloween.
Microphone.
What?
When you're talking, you was a little quiet.
Well, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, Tony. All right, so Debbie Reynolds descends from the bus, which those of you who have seen the movie already know. But apparently, she was actually going to be. She was considered for the role of Mary Poppins before Julie Andrews was cast. So that's
Ah.
kind of why they did the whole float down from the bus
That's pretty cool.
thing.
She's like, I missed that payday. At least give me a little float down scene.
Holy cow!
I'm surprised they didn't give it to Debbie Reynolds because she's such a classic actress.
I
Then.
know.
So this is interesting. So it says many of the supernatural monster costumes were put in storage for 30 years. Then they were refounded, and they were used in Pulse 3. I've never seen Pulse 3, but
Wow.
that I really
That's
like
cool.
that they reused a bunch of.
They
old-
Yeah.
used a character, or they spoke about a character that we talked about on Truth Behind Illusion. They talked about the Divix.
They did.
Divic.
They talked about the Divix.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Interesting.
cool. It was cool listening to and just like, oh, we did a podcast about that. Oh,
Mhm.
we did a podcast about
Yeah,
that.
some of the monsters and creatures they did were funny.
Mm-hmm. And I just love that hairdresser.
The
The
dog, the
werewolf?
werewolf that looks like
Yeah.
a poodle.
Yeah.
The book apparently was supposed to be available that they show in the movie, but that ended up getting scrapped. So that's the only one.
Here's some goofs.
Unfortunately,
I
but it-
found some goofs here. These are some of them are miscellaneous. Some of them are going to be revealing mistakes. Some are going to be continuity problems. These are just fun.
Like the Gremlin.
So when the vampire gets her tooth pulled, you can clearly see the actor's actual tooth is just painted black to look like a space.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed that.
How else would you do that
In the
without CG?
in the beginning credits, it reads Robin Thomas as Caliber. However, in the sequel, it's spelled Calabar, Calbar, and in the second one is spelled with a K.
It's yeah.
When Sophie appears from behind the bus, she tells Marnie that she followed them onto the bus. However, when Marnie and Dylan sneak into the bus,
They sneak it from the back.
the door closes behind them as the bus pulls off.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I said. Like, how the fuck does she get on the bus?
Well,
'Cause they closed the
she's
door.
also kind of a witch too, so maybe she was invisible.
Bullshit.
Well, she turned the lock into a frog.
Yeah.
She did.
She let herself have it. She
Yeah.
wished for it.
She was there.
I hated her. As the
loved
as the
her.
flying bus enters Halloweentown, the face of the giant jack-o'-lantern is facing away from City Hall. But after the children get off the bus, and for the rest of the movie, the face of the jack-o'-lantern is facing City Hall.
I thought I saw it change, but I wasn't sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, in a world filled of supernatural monsters and magic and things,
Just chalk it all up to that.
I mean, the face can move. It
Yeah.
can,
It
I
can-
mean,
These aren't
it can-
goofs.
maybe it's like the Universal thing in front of the park that spins.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuity thing here. After Marnie has installed the talesman, we are
Talisman.
given.
The talisman, yeah.
Thank you. We are given a glimpse of where she is flipped, and she had been resting on a giant pumpkin with her right leg hiked up in front of her, and her right leg hiked up and her right foot resting on the inside of the pumpkin's left eye. But when she is flipped, with her leg hiked up on her other foot and resting on the other pumpkin's right eye.
I didn't notice that at all.
Factual errors. Marnie states that she's 13 years old, but the plot reveals that Marnie is needed to begin her witch training before the end of her 13th Halloween. However, if Marnie is 13, then the present date would be her 14th Halloween and not her 13th day, as stated by Grandma Aggie.
plot hole.
Wait, what?
So if she was, they're saying that if it
I
would,
get the concept of
Yeah.
it. What are they trying to say though?
I don't know because it does. They
But
could
there
still
was
could be
just a
her.
plot hole.
It's because she could still be 13 and it would be her 13th Halloween though.
Right.
Yeah,
'Cause what if she
Depends
was born
on when
like
she was born.
yeah? That's fucking stupid.
Right.
that's I don't agree with
And time works different in Halloweentown.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Everything. These aren't actual mistakes. These are just you don't believe in magic.
yeah.
You cynical assholes. This was released October 17th, 1998.
was
It was
4 years
filmed
old.
in Sacapos, SCAPPOOSE, Oregon, USA.
Like Scapoo.
Sacapos. Scapos.
that. Sounds like a Native
Scapoose.
American name.
Scapos.
It might be
Scapoose.
Native American, yeah.
Sapoose. Yeah, shocker. Northeast, and it's a Native American name. Yeah, that's about it. So, for everyone else here besides me, when did you first see this movie? When you were kids, or like was this a
When it
kid
came
movie?
out.
Wait, 98. How old were you in 98?
4.
Same.
No. 5.
I saw for the first time this past Sunday.
Oh, this is first for you as well.
Yeah,
And you liked it?
I did. Yeah.
I did like the premise of the movie. I think the idea of why Halloweentown exists was cool. The kid thing is just fucking. I don't know. It's too much, but it's funny because it's very similar, like how Harry Potter, how you said.
Yeah. But
Um,
I'm pretty sure this came first.
the kids sucked. I just
it did.
sometimes kids suck. Sometimes they suck in movies.
Yeah.
And they sucked.
Dylan always pissed me off.
Yeah,
He was
Dylan-
just kind of like,
dude, I would've-
I'm a know-it-all.
Dude, I would have
he was
punched.
annoying.
I would have
He was
punched my brother in
annoying.
the face if he was my brother. Mom, they brainwashed me, and I'm like, you fucking rat. Yeah. April O'Neil, not to sound like misogynistic, but was way prettier in Ninja Turtles. They gave her like that rugged mom look in this
They
movie.
did.
Yeah, it was like that like that late '90s mom. Like
Ugh.
that hits me right in like the home because that was my mom.
Aw.
Yeah, she was.
But your mom's pretty.
We get it. we talked the entire podcast yesterday about how hot my mom is.
Mom's good looking. Mom's a good looking lady.
Anyway,
Even Heidi was like, "Who's the lady that Heidi?" I'm like, "That's Tori's mom." She goes, "She is gorgeous."
she is
Yeah, she is. Tori's mom is. She's a babe. She kind of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis.
a little bit
Okay.
in that picture. Yeah.
Well, not many people can pull off the darker, like the gray hair.
Oh yeah. She pulls it
She
off.
kills it.
Mhm.
She kills it. Heidi's like, I'm growing my hair gray. I was like, no, please
Yeah,
don't.
hers comes out silver. Looks like the can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Trying to think of else what the movie is. So what are your some of your favorite parts of the movie? Like what stood out to you?
I like that they included Merlin's, Merlin in it,
Mm-hmm.
and his rod, and that she and her sister were able to work together, and then all of a sudden the brother was able to join,
As a warlock
yeah, as
with
a
his
warlock.
tingly fingers.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think-
that family lineage and the like discovery.
Yeah, I really like that, and they were
How
all able
excited you are.
to
it.
like bond as a family unit and have that in common, and be able to come closer as they shared that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really liked that. I agree. I like that they were able to use real makeup instead of CGI. I always enjoy seeing that in movies. I thought it was a really cute concept with the town and how they ended up there, like you had said earlier, with why they all live in that town, so that they don't become mean and nasty towards humans. They can remain like their genuine selves. I just like the family concept of it,
Yeah. It is a good family movie.
Yeah, I think
because
it's
it
really
shows
cute.
because it shows like with family you can do anything.
Yes, exactly. That was my favorite part of it. Honestly, it was.
Oh,
Yeah, and I like the girl power with the girls working together
Yeah.
and bonding, and Dylan just doing his best to support him, even though he didn't really believe it the whole time. Even though he was
Yeah.
also really annoying, but he did his best
He
to support
sucked.
them.
Yeah, he kind of sucked.
He does suck, but he still tried his best to support them.
Anything else that she missed there that stood out for you?
I mean, I'm a big Benny fan. Like,
Oh, he's
love
great.
I
Benny.
don't know like if Benny was removed from the movie, if I would like it as much.
He does that
Like,
a lot of
growing up,
like
like-
scrappy comedic.
I don't know. There's just something about him.
Mhm.
Like,
You know what character stood out the most for me? The used broom salesman.
oh yeah, he was
Oh,
cool
he
too.
was good. He was like Elvis.
He
Yeah.
was.
He was Elvis who looked like he
Oh.
went through Fallout 76.
I love the part when they go to the gym, and the ghost is in the sweat box,
You don't
and
say.
it comes out all skinny and stuff.
Shredded. He came
Yeah.
out shredded.
I like that they're telling the story of, but then he's just standing there and goes, "Get outside." And I'm like,
Get outside.
It's just really funny. He's like, "All right, kid, we get it. And she's just like, woo.
And I like being typecasted.
I get it. That's a stereotype.
She's like doing the most racist thing, I guess, to him.
Yeah.
like if that was in the
Very funny, kid.
Very funny, you racist.
Yeah, that part was. Yeah, that
It was really funny.
was good. Yeah, that was good.
I also do like in it, just from like my kind of witchy background, it's the idea of the whole idea of Grandma Aggie saying, if you and
Which is the most powerful creature in the universe?
that too, but saying how if you want something, believe that you have it, just like, and then it's just the idea of that's law of attraction.
Yeah.
Like act as though you have it and that you're doing it,
Mhm.
and then you do it. So
Yeah, that's
I just think
good.
that's cool.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, the movie is what it is, right? Can't change that. It's
Beautiful.
But
the
Also, you have to consider that it's $4 million.
to make
Yeah, that was it.
in 1998, though,
I don't care. $4 million movie is nothing.
not 1998.
Not when you're renting a whole fucking town.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1998, $4 million for a Disney TV movie. That's a big step for like to not make
They were
that
all the rage, though.
not to make that a full feature.
Yeah.
And drop $4 million on a TV show.
Oh, this was a TV movie, not
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
it was a
made-
TV
it was-
movie. Yeah.
made for TV
Oh.
movie.
I
All
did
four
not
of them
know.
were TV movies.
It's
And
just like-
actually, some of them, I don't even think ever like premiered on TV. They just came out on like DVDs and stuff.
Like straight
Maybe.
straight to VHS.
Yeah. No. Now you're pushing it.
What?
I'm pretty sure they all came out.
Well, if that first one came out in '98, then the other ones, the end.
like by
probably
the
came in
time discs
2003.
came out, or like that they released. I don't think they released those right away.
I looked at the dates on the other ones on Disney Plus. I think it was 2001, 2004, and 2006 for the other
Oh,
three.
shit.
Because I
Oh, yeah,
remember going out
DVDs
and buying
then.
the DVDs.
Yes,
Okay.
that
I was
was
like,
DVD
oh,
time.
Halloweentown's coming out. I gotta
98
grab
was
it.
still tape. You were buying
Yeah.
that on VHS.
Mhm.
The first
But
one.
once you
was,
hit the
but
new
rest-
millennium,
I don't
or
know if that one
DVD.
came out on VHS.
no, I think that one
period.
was just
like I think
on,
it eventually just was released on a DVD.
and it became a cult thing every year on Disney.
And Tony, if you find out that there's a VHS version, I'm gonna go buy it. Just know that.
He's looking it up right now, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna go find a Blockbuster version of it.
There is one Blockbuster left somewhere in the United States.
I
I
think
just
it's in
read.
Alaska.
What?
Oh, so you can go to Alaska. That would be
Yeah.
nice. It's supposed to be nice in Alaska.
Who takes a picture of their TV? That like
Someone
what
took a
the
picture.
fuck is
That's
this?
really stupid.
So this guy is selling Halloweentown Fire. He's using fire emojis. Disney Channel 2006 VHS collectible Y2K Halloween.
So
And he
For
just-
how much?
What's Y2K?
This
For
scumbag.
$3,000.
It's $3,500, and it's literally he videotaped it, and he's selling.
Listen, I'm pretty sure I have that same tape at home somewhere.
I want to message him, be like, "You are a scumbag."
I will sell mine for $1,000.
Oh
I'll
my
give you
God.
$2,000 off.
Oh my god,
That is the dirtiest thing I've ever seen on the internet.
that's so funny.
I'm
I've
sure
seen
you
some-
found dirty.
Maybe you can
I've seen
report
some
him.
dirty. Who sells you
It's
recorded?
a bootleg.
You recorded your own off your TV,
Right.
and you have the fucking nerve.
And
But-
it's not even like you went in with another VHS. You had a camera and you were just like, yes,
He
that's
can't
great.
even show photos of it, so he recorded on his tape, put it on his TV, and took photos of the movie.
Wow.
But see, that's the important part there. Those first couple photos, for those of you who can't see
the
it,
Disney.
they're the
The
like
Disney-
the commercial stuff,
Oh my God.
and that's the stuff that makes it valuable because you're not gonna get those commercials.
That's
back.
true, like the vintage commercials and
those
stuff like
commercials.
that. But
You're
it was
watching
like
the
that.
Disney Channel. With
Hades,
the
Hades was
wand.
nothing compared to this. I think that's what he says. He says that Hades was referred to in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. I liked the universe. I thought the universe was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna watch the rest of them?
No, unless
I
they
would like to.
unless they become homework for the show.
Okay.
So Nikolai will
Next
be signing
Halloween.
homework.
Next
Yes.
Halloween, yeah. So next week we are watching. We all have to watch Hocus Pocus. I mean, I'm sure we all seen it, but we have to go back and kind of dive
It's
into
been a
it.
while.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since I was very young, but I know I like
so
it.
I think what we're gonna do for the Insidious is just watch the first one.
Okay, I was thinking now four would be really tough.
Yeah. So we have next week will be in Hocus Pocus, then the week after will be Rocky Horror Picture Show. I picked the musical, Nikolai.
Not a good one.
you shut your mouth.
It's a bad one.
How you do? I
See,
should,
you've met my
I should have picked the
faithful
The new one, the
The
new one with
remake.
Adam
Yeah,
Adam
what
Lambert.
Adam
I
Lambert-
love.
Adam Lambert killed it though.
Yes,
if
he
you're gonna pick
did.
anyone to redo Meatloaf,
Yes, he
Adam Lambert
did.
is a good pick.
I
All right,
freaking
well, if we're
love
gonna go
Adam
down that
Lambert.
road,
I was gonna
You-
say we're gonna go down.
You
that
have
road.
to watch the live action of Peter Pan with Christopher Walken as Captain Hook.
Yeah.
I did see
That's
that.
fine too.
Isn't that with Robert Williams?
No, not
No,
this.
not
No.
the-
It's like one of
They're both
those.
good.
No. It's the stage show
Mhm.
Oh,
with Christopher Walken as Captain Hook.
Could I watch the remake of
this guy over here,
Rocky
I
Horror
got
Picture
bit
Show?
by-
No.
I got bit by a
Just
crocodile.
because I love Adam Lambert
No.
so much.
Got bit by a crocodile.
Well, Tony's gonna really hate me because I saw that before the original.
That's fine.
Oh, that's all right.
You experienced it.
Yeah, I saw both, but that was
Meatloaf-
my first
Meatloaf is
experience,
fantastic.
and I like the new one better than
You
the
know,
old one.
It's dawning
Really?
on me.
I do.
Adam Lambert, Tim Curry carries that movie. I mean, Adam Lambert is good, but
I just love Adam Lambert.
he does. He stands out more in the remake than anyone else because
because he's so talented.
because he's talented. But you're
He
still,
did overact everybody, but just because he was a crazy rock and roll man,
Yeah.
and like that's what he was.
and his song was the best one that was
Mhm.
redone.
How about today?
But I did think
was
was it Laverne Cox?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought. Listen, Laverne Cox is stepping into a role that's like stepping into like God shoes. You know what I
I
mean?
know
And I think for what she was able to accomplish, I thought she did a good job.
she did. Yeah.
Like her facial expressions and the way she did everything was very Tim Curry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she
Without
did
being
great.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
So I thought I thought that version does hold its place. And like all the people, like here's the funny thing that pisses me, like that what I thought was funny about that remake on TV, where people were like, "How dare they remake it?"
My.
But I've played Magenta 45 times. Oh, so it's
Exactly.
okay for you.
You can play Magenta
you
like 5,000
fucking
times.
schmuck. But like Christina Milian can't. Like,
No.
She did a great
No,
job.
she was pretty shitty.
I liked her.
But it's dawning on me. I'm actually gonna have to watch the whole thing.
what?
I've seen it live, the show, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to actually sit and watch the whole movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be on my phone half the time. I'm gonna be like,
It's so good though.
yep.
You have to watch the live show
Damn
and the
it,
remake,
Janet.
or
No. I went
Damn it,
and
Janet.
saw the
I
live
love
show.
you.
oh, okay.
But I could never get through the movie.
Yeah.
So now
Oh,
I
I
have to
see.
actually watch. The movie.
Oh, so you like the live show?
Take a
better
couple-
than
take a
the
couple
movie.
shots.
Are we-
No,
are we
I
watching
don't.
Hocus
I'm not
Pocus
really
tonight?
a fan of either of
Yeah,
them.
why
Oh,
not?
okay.
We're gonna do
While
a-
you're setting up my laptop for stream.
Yeah, bring it. We'll bring it in and we'll work on
I
it.
like them
Mhm.
all.
Yeah. So that's going to
just-
be 2 weeks, and then we're going to end it with Insidious Part 1.
The Insidious Part 1 is
Darth
the best.
Maul's face.
Darth Maul face.
That's right.
I,
Darth
I,
The
have,
Maul's face.
SpongeBob.
I have to go back and remember which ones are which, but I do remember. I don't know which one it was I seen, but I did like one of them better than I did like the original. I forget which one it was though.
Oh, maybe the second one.
It was the second or third.
Probably the second, but I can't.
What's the
speak
one
for
where they
you.
walk into like a funeral home and there's all the sheets over the people's bodies?
I'm pretty sure. I want to say that's
Second.
the second
And
one.
like that was the one with the like the coughing monster or like the sludge or whatever. Like she follows the footprints of sludge into the
Oh, I
basement.
haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember.
I think that is the second one.
I liked it more because it more focused on the older lady than it did the main
Mhm.
characters, and I think showing her more is smart because she's very good.
Yeah, she is a really, and she's like an important part to the story actually. So
Is there any other horror movies that you guys think are super under or like obviously when people think Halloween and they think horror movies, you think of like Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers. Like what are some other ones that kind of stick out to you that
what's
like
that one?
My
people
my
don't really talk
absolute
about.
favorite, not just scary like psychological thriller, but my favorite movie is John Carpenter's The Thing.
the thing?
It's a
Oh,
good movie.
well, that movie creeped me out.
Because
when I was
that
in
goes
fifth
again
grade.
with like the animatronics
Mhm.
and how nothing is CGI and how like all
Mhm.
everything. It's just like that beautiful, like that terrifying, like
lot of door
jerky,
closes.
delicious, like 80s like shit. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so scary.
I like Sinister as well.
I was gonna say Sinister as well. I think Sinister is so underrated,
It is really underrated.
and I like his spoiler alert. There's no happy ending.
There is not.
No one
Mm-mm.
survives it.
No,
Not many
it's-
horror movies do that.
and it's very good. It's
Yeah.
very good. I want to see that new one that I shared the
Oh,
trailer
come
for.
out and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you?
Are we talking underrated?
Sure.
All right.
The
well,
fluff.
yeah, I was gonna say the stuff. I love that
The stuff.
movie.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge I really love the movie Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't feel like that gets enough attention.
Mm.
for
No,
what
that's
it
like a
is.
very big cult classic. Like there's a small group of people who are into
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. It is a good movie.
I vaguely remember it.
That's what Sam, the sack boy.
Yeah.
I know which one he is. I just don't remember much of the movie.
It's like a bunch of different storylines that you think were all separate stories, but then they all kind of come together in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like that movie.
All right, Bree, what do you got to plug today?
Oh yeah, for my nerdy fashion, which I'll take a picture of. So Levi is currently Levi's.
You got to turn a little bit there. Turn your mouth into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Levi. I thought you were talking about the camera. Levi's is doing a Nintendo collab right now.
What?
Aww.
They're Levi shirts?
Yeah, these are Levi shirts. You can get
It's
them.
Princess Peach.
Yep, of course. I have to get Princess Peach anytime I
cute.
play.
Now, is that a unisex shirt?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Dude,
but
I want a Princess Peach shirt.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you know what? I got this on the ladies' side of the department, but I know they have it in men's too. So Levi's is doing a Nintendo collab, and they have different characters on their T-shirts. I think
That's so cute.
I think the guys are lucky because you can also get them on your jeans and jean jackets. But yeah, this is just like the entire
Hoodies
entire
and long sleeves, too.
Yes. So I just got Peach because she's my girl. Every time I play Mario Party Mario Kart, Mario Party. Yeah, sorry, Mario Party.
So
I'm
here's-
always Peach.
Here's the only thing that I don't like about this. I Googled it, like Levi's Mario collab. I guess I should probably add Levi's Peach.
Yeah, you should be able to get her.
Not on Amazon. It's not popping up. You type in Levi's Mario. So what I was thinking when you said like Levi's, you know how you buy like a pack of Levi's undershirts?
Yes.
I thought like you'd buy a pack and one would be red, green, pink, like that.
Oh no, the
no.
regular
I'm not
tee.
This one, like they feel like
Yeah.
this is more of a
$15.
marketing
Yeah,
thing.
$15 a t-shirt.
They need to pay for that license.
Yeah.
That's why,
Yep.
like Vans had them for a while, if I'm not mistaken, and then
Oh,
they
yeah,
ship
Vans
them
did
around.
too.
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
At the Levi's outlets. So
Oh.
you can, and they do like deals where you can get 2 shirts for whatever, or they do like 40%
I have to probably go on
off.
their website and find it. I would want to. I'd get a peach, just like a Princess Peach one. I'd
Yeah.
get the same one you, but I'd
Yep.
wear it. 'Cause
Yeah, so I have the Peach.
everyone wears Mario and Louis. Like maybe not like.
I want
Luigi.
Bowser.
You just
Bowser's
want
my
Yoshi.
favorite. If they had a
Oh,
Bowser
they have
one,
a Yoshi one.
if they had Bowser,
I
I'm buying
Yoshi.
Bowser over Peach. Bowser's my favorite Mario character.
Or Boo.
I don't remember if they have Bowser.
Oh,
I don't
Bowser-
think there's a
Bowser or
Boo.
Boo. Yeah,
There's no Boo.
I like the whole Koopa family.
Well, you just greatly offended Mark because he loves Luigi, and there is a Luigi shirt. There's a Mario shirt. There's a Peach shirt.
Is Mark? Is he only child?
No, he has 2 younger sisters.
He's the oldest,
Yeah, he is.
and he likes Luigi.
He does.
That's strange.
Yeah, Luigi doesn't get much love, but he loves Luigi.
Usually, the people who like Luigi are the younger siblings because when they're always handed the second place controller, but you know what, it does make sense for Mark because Mark is a huge gamer and he understands gaming mechanics and he's a big gaming nerd. Luigi was able to jump higher than Mario. So a
Interesting.
lot of little brothers got stuck with Luigi unless the brother who was playing the game knew Luigi was the better character to actually be because Luigi can jump higher.
I see.
Luigi can jump higher, and he has the flutter jump too, so he could also go farther.
Hmm.
I would have just picked him because he has a Haunted Mansion game.
Well,
I love the
this is
Haunted
way
Mansion
before
game.
that.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like now, if I'm picking between the two of them, I always go Luigi because
Jen says her underrated movie is The Devil's Rejects.
it's a good one.
Oh, yeah, Mark loves those.
Heidi-
I have
Yep,
yet to
yep,
watch
yep.
them.
Heidi watches that one every year. Actually, we had a it's gonna get graphic real quick. So if you're a child, run away. There's a scene in that movie that's really graphic
Yes.
in the
Oh,
hotel room with a gun and a
God,
woman.
Yeah, I
Actually,
can't watch
That'll
that
be
scene.
that'll be as graphic as I'll get. I won't get into why.
Yeah, I can't
But
watch
like
that
we're
one.
having a Halloween party and everyone's kind of hanging out here having a good time and Heidi's by herself watching a horror movie and like I go to go greet the door with somebody and like that scene is happening on TV and I was like,
Ooh.
holy fuck, that's a way to walk into someone's house.
I'm sure they understood it was just the movie though,
Like Heidi's fucking weird.
and
It's
that's why
almost-
we love her.
That's almost as bad as The Hills Have Eyes has a scene
Oof,
like
I
that
hate
too.
that.
Ooh.
Nope, I will never. I watched that movie once and never again. Never again.
Yeah,
that
they're
movie
just
is
some
really
I can't.
creepy.
That's our favorite, one of Javi's favorites.
Really, I
Yeah.
cannot stomach that. The Hills Have Eyes, and then there's another one similar to that one I will never watch again.
Cabin Fever.
No, I like
That was-
Cabin Fever.
no, it was bad.
Or not Cabin Fever. Wrong Turn. With
I-
the
I didn't
Oh,
I
I
haven't seen Wrong
love
Turn.
Wrong Turn.
you know they made like 14 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they like my dad
have
first
mine.
watched that, and then well, his friends were going on a hunting trip around the same area that Wrong Turn was in, and because where is it? It's in it's a Pennsylvania, West Virginia area.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and so like my dad was just like, "No, you see, I just watched this movie called Wrong Turn. Fuck you guys. Like I am not going. I'm not
Yeah.
going hunting with you."
Very underrated movie that I
Ooh.
love. Hatchet.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Hatchet is a very good movie. Kane Hodder plays the main guy, and it's like claymation kills. So when he's pulling their he's literally like grabbing them and pulling their faces apart, but it's all like the old school '80s like claymation kill stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, they're really, and I think there's 3 of them, and I think everyone has
like
Daniel
me.
Harris in it, which is, I mean, that's enough right there to watch the movie. This is Daniel Harris. So yeah, anything else to plug? Is it your nerdy fashion tonight?
That's my nerdy fashion. Yes.
What do you got to plug?
I don't know.
Nothing.
No, I mean, I'm now part of Image. I don't know if we talked
Yeah.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I'm on their website, so if you go to Image International site, you can find me under the model page.
Ooh.
There you
Get it,
go.
boy.
Exciting.
You have to send Tori your old ad photo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, do that.
yeah. From
He was-
Zany Brainy.
He was in like a Sears catalog as a kid.
I was in a lot of things as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Send me those. That's so cool.
He's toy modeling a toy guitar. He's like, and he looks
Yeah.
exactly like he looks now, but blonde, spiky hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
That'll be on the yearbook.
I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
that will be.
Do you have any
That
like?
will be.
So I know like the yearbook where we were gonna say like high school pictures, but like I think the first time around we should do like all like funny kid pictures of us.
I don't have too many. I just have that weird picture of me in the terrible jeans I told you guys about.
And the bangs, the one we got with the bangs.
Yeah, I mean, I have like more like model-y ones for like your senior pictures, and then I just
That'll
have
work.
like, I can send you those.
Yeah.
And then I just have like baby pictures.
Yeah.
That's all I
And
have.
Tori's working on some logos like in the future where it's gonna be, you know how the Truth Behind Illusion has us as the
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
We're gonna do pop culture versions of us in other movies. Like we kind of kicked around Star
Sweet.
Wars, where she would be Leia,
That's
I would
right.
be Han, you would be Luke.
Oh, okay.
Who would you want to be?
Yoda.
That's what I said.
I mean, if you want to be Yoda, you can.
I love
I
that.
fit the height.
Can I be? I mean, Han is cool, but maybe me as Luke.
If you're gonna be Luke,
If
And I'm
he's
gonna ride on your back.
If he wants to be Yoda, I have to be Luke.
all right. If you
With-
do that, then I'm Han.
Yeah, you
Call it.
You do Han,
Yeah,
and I'll be Luke with him on my back as Yoda.
I love that.
There you go.
I fucking love that. That's
I'm still
so
Leia.
good.
I'm still Leia.
You're still Leia. You got Leia.
Are you Leia or are you gonna be slave Leia?
Whatever, Leia. I don't care. I really don't care. All versions of Leia are acceptable.
And then
There you go.
I think the first one, because the show Rebirth was Harry Potter, so it's just gonna be us in like our outfits. Like it's not gonna be us as the characters. It'll just be. I mean, it'd be weird if if you want to put Harry glasses on, you can. I don't care.
Get the
but-
scar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and the
will. I'll
scar.
put it on you.
And then you would have like the
'Cause you're kinda like
the
the
Slytherin
captain.
girl, like a guy. I
The
mean,
Slytherin girl.
with the hair slick, with the hair slicked back.
I'm cool
um,
to be a Malfoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you'd be Hufflepuffs like eating candy.
I don't
Exactly.
care. That's fine. I'll
Yeah.
eat my candy, drink my coffee, my tea.
I'll hold a badger, and you can just like have like a teacup, being all
Yes.
sweet.
Yes, I'll do that because I love tea.
Now,
Cool.
is the gimmick also going to be we're going to sneak Lady in everyone too?
Oh hell yeah.
So can Lady be like an owl almost,
Yeah.
like an owl with a dog nose?
Yeah, she could be like a Patronus. We can make her like the
Oh, yeah,
Patronus
she
would be
was
spirit.
Oh yeah.
What will she
Because
be
she
in?
is a ghost.
What will she be in Star Wars?
R2D2.
Oh, that's right.
R2D2.
R2D2. Yes.
Or Chewie.
Both
Be-
are good.
be-
Oh,
because-
because
yeah,
well, she
because
could
you-
be Chewy.
Yeah, she'd have to be Chewie. So it'd be like her like up on her behind legs with the sash on.
I like it. I like it.
That's really cute. I could do that.
So cute.
Yeah, there's so many. We'll have fun with it, and
Yeah.
they will be available for you guys to buy in the merch store
Heck yeah.
because the Meddling Kids one is doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like I said, the shirts came out great, man. This is the new shirt, the new hoodie for Truth Behind Illusion I got. It's the devil face. Look at me. Nailed it. Tori, what do you got to plug?
Speaking of logos, my design page is Bewitched in Clover Designs on Instagram, and I also do tarot cards. And I'm also in the Tommy Knockers band.
Yeah.
It's an
So-
acoustic band.
She's all everywhere on IWEP Network. So
Yeah.
almost every show now, not every show, but most of the shows have logos done by her. So
Mhm.
and she does an amazing job. So commission
Thanks.
her for logos. If you have a business or a band or a Facebook page or a gaming channel and you need some art done, hit her up. She's fantastic.
Thank you.
That'll do it. Not Cool in High School. Another long show for you guys. We don't mean to keep doing 3-hour shows, but
My bad, guys.
no, I
You're
honestly
fine.
I honestly think like I'm not taking a knock before, but I think us kind of coming more mentally prepared and kind of have an idea where we're going to go to, and just opening up the door for more conversation. I don't know. I'm having more fun with it. It's not. I don't feel like we're just like reading the headline of an article like we were before, and just quickly moving on from it. We're actually having dialogue and conversation.
Yeah.
So it goes a little
It's nice.
longer, which I don't mind. I think it's good for because pop culture is very vast.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't mind at all. But that'll do it for not Truth Behind Illusion, not Cool in High School. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.